to the first of two races this season for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It's our sixth race of 2021, and we got some great drivers in our booth today. Tyler Reddick is a two-time champion, winning one title for Junior Motorsports, the other for Richard Childress Racing, now a full-time Cup driver, and set to make his television debut alongside Ryan Blaney. There is the dynamic duo. I'm Adam Alexander.
Blaney's had it tough. He's had to go from Vince Welch to Adam Alexander, which is a mild improvement, but still not good. Tough day for Ryan Blaney.
Well, he had a little bit more reps today than Tyler, but he is a two-time champ, something that I cannot call myself, so I know he's going to be giving some great feedback.
Well, yeah, you know, I love these Xfinity cars, but absolutely it's a lot like how my Cup careers kind of started off. We got a little bit of practice. I got like
Tyler Reddick is visibly nervous.
Oh boy, we're right into the show and gotta get it right.
Don't make me cringe,
Tyler,
please.
I'm
I hate
wearing a
it.
yellow tie. Do you know why I'm wearing a yellow tie today? It's because you're a rookie.
Oh, I get it. Boy, this pre-race show fucking sucks. I've been watching this for a few minutes. This shit is so fucking cringy. I'm wearing a yellow tie because you're a rookie. Shut up. Fire the goddamn engine. Let's go. The less we hear from this jack off, the better.
For those most famous words in motorsports, here to give the command, please welcome General Manager at Echo Park Automotive, Peter Vandenberg.
What a name.
Good afternoon, race fans. On behalf of all of our team members here at Echo Park, we'd like to thank you for this opportunity in hosting the Echo Park 250. Drivers, start your engines.
All right, cowboy. The engines have fired. It's time to hit in Atlanta.
Imagine yourself in a new.
He got cut off for a commercial. Let's hope this race is better than the last one. I'm assuming it will be. Damn well better be. That's all I know. Don't want to have to have wasted an entire Saturday watching boring racing. Oh, wait. They're supposed to be in commercial, but we're looking at like Fox cameras right now. Oh, that was funny. So they cut from the broadcast to commercial, and then mid-commercial it cuts back to Ryan Blaney standing there awkwardly looking out the window. That's funny. Boy, that pre-race show was straight fucking cringe, dude. Oh, you ready for Stump the Mac? I'm wearing a yellow tie because you're a... Shut up. So annoying. Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick's the pick. Got a good feeling about it. Should have won that last race, but Kyle Busch had to be in it, so. I'll go ahead and count that last one as a win. My pick finished second to Kyle Busch, so that's pretty much a win. First in class, baby. I really want to go play NASCAR 2005, but I've got to watch this race. You know what's really going to suck? Working Monday after a fucking 4-hour race tomorrow that doesn't start till 3 o'clock. That's going to suck. Hey, Caden. That's why this race tomorrow should start at 1, but we've been on that rant all year. Fabulous Atlanta Motor Speedway. Not in Atlanta, just like Charlotte Motor Speedway is not in Charlotte. Daniel Hemrick's finally going to win a race today. Congratulations, Hemrick. I finally got most of this paint off my hands from work yesterday. I don't know why this particular paint would not come off my hands worth of shit. But it sure wouldn't. Usually paint just peels right off. This shit like smeared. music video. My bad. I love Xfinity cars. Atlanta's a great track for them. Sun is still out. If this was 2 weeks ago, it would be getting dark already, but thank God, spring forward. Sunlight is precious for these Xfinity cars. They always put on a better show.
Really can't do that today. I mean, it's gorgeous, not a cloud in the sky, plenty of sunshine, but
good weather for a NASCAR race. Who'd have thought?
And no question it will drop.
And it's only 55 degrees.
We'll put in the starting grid.
Hey Jeff, hey Lori.
The 16th position is Atlanta's own Brandon Jones. He's 24 years old. Let's go from the driver's seat, Ryan.
Hey, Brandon Jones, Ryan Blaney up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, Ryan?
Oh, just sitting up here in beautiful Atlanta, admiring your very bright Menards car down there. I'm sure you like Atlanta. A lot of drivers do. Hot, slippery.
Tyler Reddick is so awkward anytime he knows the camera's on him. It's painful.
And really, how do you talk to your crew chief to try to come off the truck and work on it from there?
What are they doing on the backstretch right now? Good talk, Brandon Jones. $11 if Hemrick wins. Okay. Anytime it's more than 10, I get really happy. I'm like, all right, buddy.
Oh, you got him.
So what's your approach going to this race? Are you going to be a line guy today? Are you going to be searching around the racetrack? I know it's pretty cool outside. So
how about Brandon Brown finished third last week, starting fourth today? Jeremy Clements and Brett Moffitt starting in the top 10.
I'm kind of came this weekend thinking that the paint's going to be my friend. I've, in the past, I think...
So I really need to look into how they do the line. I know it's like an amalgamation, that's a big word, of your points, your fastest lap from the previous week, and where you finished the previous week. But I'm not quite sure how it works. How about next week in the heat races at Bristol? Passing points. It's like, fucking A, dude. Just set a field lineup based on the formula, split them into heat races, and where they finish in the heat race is where they fucking start for the goddamn real race. Instead of passing points.
It's happened 7 times. The last 3 to do it. Truex, Stenhouse, and of course Tyler. Here are their numbers through 5 races, and how do they compare to Austin Cindric? I gotta say, Cindric has been incredible. So as we set up today, 250 miles. Blaney, I'm gonna let you talk about Cindric because he's off to such a good start, and of course he's your teammate at Team Penske.
Yeah, last year's defending champ, Austin Cindric, and crew chief Brian Wilson, they've done a great job this year. Gotten off to a really good start, winning Daytona, winning at Phoenix. They ran really good here in this race last year. Led, a lot in stage 1 and 2.
What are passing points? That's an excellent question, Caden. They'll have to explain it 500 times on the broadcast next week before the heat races.
One of those drivers that went back-to-back in the Xfinity Series.
So yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'll get my leaderboard. I always wait till the last minute because a lot of times it doesn't want to update if I start it too early.
1 year ago, we ran here in the summer. Martin Truex was one of the best cars in the Cup race. Yeah, it's been 10 years since he's been in the Xfinity Series, but he was one of those guys that was just tenacious. And I look at what he was able to do in that race last year, and just really
love that paint scheme on the 54 that Truex is driving.
I know he's got an understanding.
Feel nostalgic having Truex back in the Xfinity Series. Competition costing at lap 20. Don't see anybody having to go to the rear for anything. They're checking pit road speed right now.
You mentioned the long runs. It's a 250-mile race. And yes, we can have a long green flag run in that final stage. But stage 1 and stage 2, only 40 laps. Throw in a competition caution. You have to be pretty good on the short run as well if you're going to put yourself in position. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah, it's something we always talk about coming to Atlanta, especially with the limited tires that the Xfinity Series has. Throwing a competition caution at 20. Do you take tires? Do you not? I'd be surprised if cars came down and took tires at that comp caution just because they're so valuable. You want to save them, but it's all about balancing short run speed to long run speed and saving your tires early in a run, or maybe that's how you set up your car too, of building your air pressures up and wanting to be good in the long haul versus the short haul. But you kind of go back and forth all day long, and that's all circumstance kind of when you get cautions and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you come here, I mean, you know, we're going to have short runs to kind of start this thing off, but 10 laps in, you know, you're going to be going a whole lot slower, and you're going to have your hands full. So gonna be fun to watch these guys, even though it is cooler, but it's still going to be hard to drive.
It's been a huge day of NASCAR here on FS1.
Been a boring day of NASCAR. Need to liven this shit up. Need a good race.
Kyle Busch, who won earlier today,
I like our chances to have a good race here.
And doing double duty, not just drivers in the race.
Stop saying duty.
Jamie Little and Regan Smith. We have got the step count on you guys, and right now Regan is up by 1,200 steps. What do you have to say about that, Jamie?
Because he's shorter than me. Take shorter steps, right, Regan?
I agree 100%.
Does anybody give a fuck about these two and their race picks? They really overestimate their audience with their pre-race covers sometimes. Oh, I know people can't wait for Stump the Mac and the Grid Walk and Regan Smith and Jamie Little or whoever the fuck. It's like, no, nobody cares.
Today, he's going to have to work just a little bit harder to win this race. He will be falling to the rear. He fouled inspection earlier today too many times. The penalty for that, go to the rear of the field. Smoked AJ as he was getting in. He was loose. He didn't care. Really seemed like it wasn't bothering AJ at all. He's got one win already this season. Said it's going to be fun to pass cars early on. Expects to have a very good long run car when we get going. Jamie.
Well, Justin Allgaier, he had a good run last week. It was his first top 10 of the year. Because of that, he has one of the best starts he's had as well. He told me his goal today is just get through a race unscathed with no issues. And
hello, Major.
be precise.
Look at that paint scheme on Justin Allgaier's car. That is beautiful.
What others are doing. And oh, by the way, how about that paint scheme? First time
That
he's
is
running
awesome.
Rainbow Warrior-esque scheme, Adam.
Here's the other thing
It's
I
similar to
would say
William
about
Byron's
Justin
Exalta scheme and Cup, but that's nice right there.
Their mile-and-a-half program, not where they
Cindric's in that badass white and pink car again. That's how you know he's going to win. He's driving the fucking pink and white car. You better win driving a car like that.
Check in with Jeb Burton, who's trying to keep his top 10 streak alive today. He starts on the front row.
I appreciate you guys, man. I know I tell you every week, but I really do. I know y'all bust your butt for me. I do all I can for you out here. We're just working on it all day, no matter what it's doing. Hopefully, we have some good pit stops. Y'all been lights out all year. Yes, sir, buddy. It's going to be perfect. We don't have to do anything in here. Just good stops.
Stage 1 and 2, 40 laps each. Stage 3, 83 laps.
83 laps to end it.
Caution at lap 20. My pick is Daniel Hemrick, starting 11th. Got a feeling about the Gibbs. If anybody's going to beat Cindric today, it's going to be a Gibbs car.
Jeb Burton up front, and there goes Kyle Busch heading to Bristol to run the dirt car.
And they just showed Kyle Busch's plane flying out.
When he lands on the NASCAR Xfinity Series, we are
It's going to be, well, I won't make that joke. I was going to make a horrible joke. Green flag. I don't want to regret what I say if something shitty happens. Cindric appears to have an extra cylinder over the rest of the field as he has already pulled well away down the back. The two Burtons racing for second. Brandon Brown right behind him. Oh, man! Jeb did not give Harrison any room, and they touched in the middle of 3. You can't tell because the announcers didn't react to it at all. That was almost a spin on lap 1. Harrison pulls into second. Brandon Brown up to third. Jeb's lucky he's still just driving forward instead of sliding sideways. And Brett Moffitt up to fourth. Around the outside. I wonder how Truex is going to feel driving this car with low grip, low downforce, slightly more horsepower. It's been a while since he's driven something like this. I'm sure he's going to have fun. God knows he's got enough miles on this particular racetrack. You know, Truex has never won a Cup or Xfinity race at Atlanta, but he's got 2 IROC wins here. And he's moving forward early. He's up to 6th. Cindric's out front by 1.2 seconds. Truex is moving forward. Riley Herbst is dropping. What a surprise.
He's on the march forward. He's already moving up in 1 and 2, finding that clean air, using that momentum to get to the
Truex is going to have so much fun today driving a car like this. He's around the outside of Moffitt for 4th. I said if anybody beats Cindric, it's going to be a Gibbs car.
He does that to us on the Cup side sometimes, so I figured he was going to do it here too.
That's why I took one of them.
I guess he's knocking the rust off. He would be leading if he had run more than one race in the last 15 years or so. Trying to chase down now the 68 of Brandon Brown. We talked about him. Austin Cindric has jumped out.
Josh Berry gained a good 9 spots since the start of the race.
Over second place Harrison Burton.
Allmendinger's gained about 10. He's not moving forward that fast. Truex up to 3rd. Yep. Hasn't raced in this series since 2010, but it doesn't show. Hell, the last time he raced in the series, the COT for the Xfinity was not even the full-time car. It debuted at Daytona in July 2010. Dale Jr. won, haha. And then it was full-time in 2011. So the last time Truex ran, I'm pretty sure he was driving the old car.
Really just, you're going to adjust here for the first stage.
Yeah, and two, I mean, you never want to go too hard on your tires at a racetrack like Atlanta, but with this comp caution coming to lap 20, I feel like you have a little bit more room to play around. And
Truex up to 2nd and about to take the lead. Wow.
Around his teammate Harrison Burton, the
Yep, he's coming for the lead. This lap, he's going to get it.
And it won't be long, I've got to believe, before he
You're going to see what that 54 car is capable of this week, now that Ty Dillon's not out there doing nothing in it.
He's a two-time champion here in the Xfinity Series.
This is just going to add to Ty Dillon's depression. Sorry, Ty. Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead on lap 7.
Yeah, using that line that we
Daniel Hemrick's 13th and not going forward. Come on, bro. Harrison Burton to 2nd. There you go. 2 Gibbs cars out in front of Cindric now.
I'm curious to see what it does in 20 laps. You know, if we go a long run, usually you see cars fire off this fast, and they might not be great after 15 or 20 laps. So I'll be really curious to see.
Jeremy Clements is still in the top 10.
I would say this is
Jeb Burton's had a bad run so far.
What they've done this year with other drivers. Now, Ty Dillon is experienced. He's had no luck. But the complete other end of the spectrum is Ty Gibbs. He's raced that car twice, and his average finish 1.5. One on the road course at Daytona, 2nd place last week in Phoenix, and after dropping back a bit.
Love the paint scheme on the 51. I love gold race cars. It's very cool. Gold and purple, 2 great colors for a race car.
Yeah, this track is.
That is nice looking right there.
You know, you can drive the daylights out of it, and Jeremy's definitely one of those guys.
Hemrick has dropped to 15th. Come on, man. Don't make a fool of me.
Just about halfway to our competition caution. 9 laps in Atlanta. Martin Truex
Clements making a run at Mike Snyder down in the back. And there's some kid in the stands doing some kind of weird-ass dance. That was more entertaining than anything in that pre-race show was. You know, even I didn't expect Truex to fire off like this. Good for him, I guess. You know, the other night I was watching part of the 2005 Busch Series race at Atlanta, and the top 6 was like Carl Libbers, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle. It was like Casey Kane. It was like 6 Cup guys running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was like, oh, Lord. The dark ages of the Busch Series and Xfinity Series when it just became Cup Series practice. Straight up Cup Series practice. The top 6 were Cup guys. Even Jimmy Johnson was in it. He barely ran the Busch Series back then. Now I would kill to see Jimmy Johnson run some Xfinity races. Everybody who gets out of Cup, I'm like, I'm running Xfinity part-time so I can still watch you. So I wish Tony Stewart was running something. Jeff Gordon needs to get in that 8 car for Junior. I think Jeff Gordon should run Martinsville for Junior, but I mean, it won't happen. Jeff Gordon got in that 8 car, he could win. I had to close my window between races. It got entirely too damn cold in here. Not encouraged by Hemrick's run so far, but hey, Josh Berry's 12th. I'm liking that. Justin Allgaier's in the top 10 now. Jeremy Clements is 6th. Cindric has dropped to 5th. He got passed by Moffitt and Haley, so I would say Cindric's car not good on the short run. and not as strong as I thought it would be. I thought he would just run away and lead the whole damn race. I picked the wrong damn Gibbs car. I should have picked Harrison Burton. It's early, you know. I'm just overreacting because it's early. Brandon Brown's out of the top 10.
The Xfinity car, man, you get on the side of somebody, you can really make the car loose in Atlanta, especially because this racetrack has low grip, so you're already sliding around. You get a car against your door, it can make that inside car loose and, quite frankly, take out both cars. Unfortunately, I'm sure at some point they're going to have to repave this place, but gosh, I think if you ask every competitor in NASCAR, they don't want that because it is fun, it wears out tires, cars are sliding around.
Remember, they were straight up about to repave this after the 2017 race. Like, they had this stuff there and everything. All right, Monday after the race, we're going to repave it. And then people were like, no! And they didn't repave it. And they still haven't to this day.
What do you guys think of his assessment on Atlanta Motor Speedway?
I think he's pretty accurate.
About 5 laps till the competition caution now.
You know, it's just such a great racetrack to where it's so challenging for the drivers. And he was right on the running side by side. You put it on someone's door. You're already loose enough as is here, and there's little grip. And if you do that, you have a chance to wreck both of you guys.
And while we were away, you know, this
Boy,
is surprising.
Cedric is really struggling.
And a moment here with he in the 22 and the 2 of Myatt Snyder.
Oh, Myatt Snyder. Hang on to it.
It's a really tough spot to be in for Myatt Snyder.
But don't let Riley Herbst pass you. Come on now.
The position, but yeah, that little slide you saw there, it may not look like much, but that's a penalty that you'll pay for the rest of this run. Every slide on these tires, Ryan, just kills the grip you have in your car.
Cedric started on the pole, 5th now, Jamie.
Yeah, you guys talk about what is going on with the 22. He's already slipped back to 5th. He said his right rear is already upset at him. He burned it up. It's overheated now after trying to hold off the 54. And a little note on the 54. The 22 crew chief, Brian Wilson, told me this morning he was really curious to see what Martin Truex Jr. was going to do. He said, that 54 car is our carrot all year long. Well, they learn real quick in 7 laps.
Yeah, got a little work to do if they're going to run with a 54.
Yep, not a good car for the 22 right now.
Team Penske in the 22.
Struggling to stay in front of Jeremy Clements, but then again, he's still in the top 5. That's just an impressive run by Clements so far.
Never won here in the Xfinity Series.
I did not know that. Stat.
They had never won at Daytona either, and of course Austin won the season opener.
That's true. That's true. It's a great time for firsts. How about that? So,
2 laps till the caution. That is a nice Stanley Tools paint scheme. I love it.
Truex here, Tyler, and you jump out to this 2-second advantage because you had to abuse the car a little bit getting up there. As he works this lap track.
Where's Natalie Decker? Why ain't she running?
And because of the tire allotments, you're not going to get to pit and get fresh tires there.
It's tough because you want to take care of your car, but you also want to make sure you know.
God, I love the paint scheme on Allgaier's car. That is so awesome. I would drive the fuck out of that car if I had like iRacing or had any clue how to make mods for like Heat 5 or something.
I mean, he's a Cup Series winner. He's a Cup Series champion. He knows how to manage that, even in these different cars in the Xfinity Series.
I'll tell you, he's hanging on is Jeremy Clements. He's loose.
I wonder if NASCAR 21 is going to have really good mod support. Or like community creations or something. That's what it really needs. You will see some incredible custom cars if it has like custom paint schemes like NASCAR 09 had for Xbox 360.
It's a big chance, but you know.
I would get an Xbox 360 just to play NASCAR 09. Because I actually thought the driving and setups and everything and the physics in 2009 were pretty good. It was a very bare bones game, you know, compared to previous games, but I thought the driving and everything was good. And we have a caution. This changes everything. I bet you nobody pits. Fat lady in a Ryan Blaney shirt, how you doing? Little kid in glasses, guy with a mullet, doing the whole... Why do guys do that at the race? I've seen that every time I go to a race. This dude in slow-mos, they were going to commercial. Howdy. He was waving his finger around in circles. What the fuck does that mean? There was a dude at the 2013 Coke 600, 2 rows in front of me. Every time they came by, he'd point to a guy and keep pointing and pointing and pointing. Then he'd go, woo, and like spin his finger around in circles, spinning around in circles. It's like, what does that mean? To this day, I still mock it when I go to the racetrack. I like nudge Cameron or my sister if she's there and be like, wave my finger around. I'm glad I don't drink. Is that Moffitt in third? It sure fucking is, dude. Is that Jeremy Clements in sixth? Yes, it. Well, he got passed by Allgaier there for sixth, but Jeremy Clements was running sixth for most of that run. My pick today is Daniel Hemrick. He's not off to a good start. Neither's Jeb Burton. He started second. Now he's not even in the top 12. And we are at the competition caution. Woo-woo. Michael, you got to send me the odds and shit for tomorrow at some point. And I'll give them a look-see. Lori, hello. It's a cup driver kind of day. If you watch the truck race, you know how bad it was. And if you see how Truex is running right now, it could be another one of those races. What am I doing? It's a week since I got them, and I still have not played NASCAR 7 or 08, but I really want to finish this season in my career mode in 2005 before I do anything else. I have such a massive points lead in the Busch Series. I got a big points lead in Cup in that game, too, but the Chase is about to start. And you remember how the 2004 version of the Chase was. Just totally cuts the balls off your point lead.
About how young you were the last time Truex.
Oh my God, Martin Truex looked like a baby at age 30.
Look at the ages of these drivers in the field.
My God.
Oh yeah, might have the flow going. Cindric, well, same character to 12 as he does now.
I think he was taller than me.
And that MWR fire suit.
Yeah, I was fully grown.
And Harrison's hair's not changed much either. And some of these kids, I say kids, they're about my age. Hair doesn't change much throughout the years.
I wonder if Kim, when she would cut Harrison's hair, would keep it like in an envelope, because I could use some of that. He had a lot of extra back then.
Yeah, I had way too much on my head back at around their age too when I was 14, 13, so same here.
Real good start to the day for Joe Gibbs Racing. Truex leading. Burton is second right now. Here's what they're saying in the 54 camp.
If I'm Hemrick, I'd pit. Going green next time.
Amazing job.
If you watch the truck race, you know how poisonous that outside line is on restarts. It just doesn't go. And Moffitt, Cindric, and Clements all pick the outside line. The inside's Truex, Burton, Haley, and Allgaier. That's the line that's going to go. You thought the trucks had no grip up there, but this low downforce, these cars are really going to be bad on that outside line on restarts.
We all know the top is just unforgiving. You get them loose, you never get them back.
So I think Moffitt's about to piss away all his track position here because he wanted to line up on the front row.
Most of the front runners, all the front runners stayed out here because they
Hey, kid in a Mandalorian shirt. That's a child with taste.
In case we would get a late caution. They all have 4 sets laying in the pits. But there were some drivers that came down pit road here. Someone I want you to keep an eye on the restart is Ryan Sieg in the 39. He's back outside the top 30 for the restart, but on fresh tires with just over 15 laps, he might be thinking, let's go up, steal the stage, and get some points.
You're not going to win the stage in 16 laps from 33rd. I don't care who you are. Then again, I said shit like that at Homestead, and they blew me away how fast they got through the field, but I don't see it happening right now.
He and Briscoe came in under the comp caution, took 4 tires, and Cindric got back to the lead in 4 laps. So I'll be really curious to see how Ryan Sieg can pick his way through the field here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did say I think Hemrick should pit. Yes, it would have been a waste of tires, but I think it would be a net gain overall. I think this race is going to have a lot of long green flag runs.
It'll be fuel only, so we will keep an eye on his progress here. Just got a chassis adjustment.
I think it would have been worth the gamble there. Not a bad restart for that outside line, but they're still getting killed here going to 1. but at least they didn't spin the tires.
And it just looked like red.
And Truex is trying to check out again.
But then all of a sudden, this third before really struggled to go down. Look at this, he's come back.
Am I the only one that hopes that Noah Gragson ends up pissing off Truex today? He'd be the one to do it.
Something about it, especially, when you have good cars on the bottom, maybe, Haley was a little bit in dirty air, and Alfa was able to, keep the
3 wide.
As we run wide open with 3 wide.
Josh Berry, Hemrick, and Jim Burton for 14th. Hemrick in the middle. Clears them both. If he can slide up in front of Jeb off of 2. 15 to go in stage 1.
Shows you how slick the track is and how worn out these tires are. For 25 laps on him, Daniel pedaled it until he was almost all the way straight, and then he could finally put it wide.
Jeremy Clements trying to pass Cindric for a top 5 spot. Cindric's got a big run off the high side, though. He'll take it right back.
It's the tough end to make the top work.
Well, Clements almost made that pass. He was almost clear.
He has some drivers jump up in front of him there.
Boy, this announce team really sucks. I like Reddick and I like Blaney, but they suck in the booth. And Adam Alexander, you already knew he sucked. I wish they would just have Mike Joy and the guys do the Xfinity races too, like they used to back in the day. Remember when they were on FX? Put the Xfinity Series back on FX. More people get that than they do Fox Sports 1.
And now top of 3 wide. Never a fun thing to hear. When you go into turn 3 on the bottom.
3 wide with Gregson. You better give him plenty of fucking room. He's not good at holding a steady wheel. He's 8th now. He's in the top 10. He's a guy who I considered picking today, but I did not want to have to cheer for him, so fuck him. I picked him at Homestead, and it was miserable. Oh, man, Hemrick. Oh, God damn it, Herbst. Really, Herbst just about wrecked my fucking pick.
Wow, I don't know what to say there. That was pretty crazy.
Wow, big reaction from our announce team. Daniel Hemrick almost got fucking yeeted into the outside wall here because of Riley Herbst, who blocked him and chopped him down the backstretch into 3, so Hemrick gave him a shot.
Oh, that was before, right?
That was, yeah, it was like a lap or 2 before. He was not happy about Herbst running him over or blocking him. And then 98 tried to wreck him off of 4.
Yeah.
Riley Herbst fucking sucks so bad. Get the fuck out of the way, you slow ass.
That's what it is. It's a fight for that bottom, and Daniel thought he was here.
And then Herbst tried to hook him off of 4.
Yeah, that's just a tough spot. You want to, if you feel like you're there.
And it cost Hemrick several positions. My day's not off to a good start. Gregson just put a bump and run on Cindric. A bump and run at Atlanta. He sure did, though. Cindric had to save it after Gregson run him over. Yeah, Gregson just ran him over.
That was definitely a bump.
A lot of idiots out here today. You'll have that in the Xfinity Series. Gregson's got a really, really fast car. Allmendinger's in the top 10 after starting in the back. Allgaier up to 5th. Moffitt's still 3rd. I'm really impressed with that. He picked the outside line on the restart, and he's still 3rd. Stupid ass Riley Herbst. The fuck off the track, you trash can. Waste of a good ride. That 98 car might as well not even be running this year. Should have just parked it for the season. It's a waste of time having him out there in it. Jesus Christ. Don't start yawning. I slept till fucking 2 o'clock, man. They don't call him Terrible Herbst for nothing. That you are right about. Boy, Cindric is really struggling. I am so surprised. My leaderboard not updating? I don't think it is. Laps and everything are updating. I gotta refresh it. Maybe that'll fix it. Nope, it's not updating because Allgaier's third right now, and it still got him listed in like 5th. So I don't know what the fuck that's about. There's Hemrick battling for 15th. Come on, I wasted another pick today. Out to lunch. He's passing Cindric though, so hell. Now my leaderboard's not updating. NASCAR.com, fix this shit. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Oh, we got a spinner off of 2 with 5 to go on the stage. The 90 car. Caution's out. You know you suck when you spin out by yourself driving a car that slow.
Number 1 and our second caution of the day, Dexter Bean goes for
Dexter Bean
in the 90.
Really
probably going to restart with about 1 to go in the stage, I figure. 1 or 2 to go.
No debris on the track, so are we going to go green before the stage ends as we see how he gets loose? Oh man.
Just spun out by himself running 30 miles an hour.
Spun out there quite a bit in my early days.
Hey, spin out driving a car that slow by yourself. Get real, dude. Why are you here?
It's a tough part of the racetrack. I mean, you're trying to hook that line. The thinking starts to go away. It's really hard to get it back straight.
How about this, Austin?
NASCAR, let's go quickie yellow so we can restart with 2 to go in the stage because 1 lap run to the end is stupid. Centric's guy said we're going to take a big swing at it, and he said, yep, that'd be good. I think some guys might pit here and stay out at the end of the stage.
And hanging on, so I'm sure Brian Wilson has a good plan to fix
so this is kind of interesting.
So we talked at the competition caution about drivers maybe pitting and trying to steal some points, right? And no one.
Yeah, Haley Deegan did not have a good day in the truck race today for her first trip to Atlanta.
But the one thing I would say here, and Ryan, to your point, we're not going to put many laps on them. We're probably going to go green with a lap, maybe 2 in the stage. So do you come here and get the tires and then stay out for track position? Is that too much of a disadvantage beginning stage 2?
I think it depends who you are, right? Like if you're the 54 car and he's not going for driver.
If I'm Hemrick, I'm pitting right now.
You know, because stage points don't matter to you, and you come get those fresh tires afterwards. But you know, someone who wants to win a stage, they'll probably come. It looks like a lot of people are actually going to stay here. They're thinking long run.
Come on, Hemrick, pit. Herbst on pit road. God damn it, Hemrick stayed out. Herbst, Brandon Brown, and Mike Snyder pitted. Everybody else stayed out. I like pitting here and staying out at the end of the stage.
Get tires, stay out at the end of the stage. Herbst was running 10th. Tommy Joe Martin's in as well. Regan?
Well, Riley Herbst on the left of your screen there. That car is very difficult crossing the seam, so they wanted to go ahead and pit now.
So Riley Herbst's going to be leading at the start of stage 2. Most likely. Yeah, DGR is kind of a shit team, let's be honest. I'm interested to see how Kevin Harvick does when he drives the 17 truck.
So if you pit here and you come through, and maybe you'll have time, maybe you won't, but if you can come through and get
Sieg on pit road, Tommy Joe Martin.
All of a sudden you put yourself in a spot where you stole some, you know?
Yeah, you know, it could be. It just depends on, you know, if they get the one to go.
Who's got the Star Wars pit sign?
Or if they get the one to go next lap, you know, I think they're going to get the one to go here, and which will probably give them, I guess, 2 laps possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe only 1, but we'll see how far they can get on those new tires.
The under-23 men's national soccer team continues their fight for a spot in the Summer Olympics as they take on the Dominican Republic. CONCACAF men's Olympic qualifying tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time on FS1.
Yeah, she ran a clean race. I honestly didn't know what to expect of Haley Deegan today. Atlanta's not an easy track at all.
That's you know, those are the 2 things you're looking at here, yeah.
So I didn't really know what to expect from her. I just still feel like it was a disappointing day.
The second you leave your pit box, your tires are going away here, and yeah, you know, I can understand trying to do this if you're some of those cars back there in the back half.
We're going to have one to go on the stage when they restart. Truex inside, Harrison Burton inside, Allgaier outside. Moffitt picked the outside again. He made it work before. He at least held ground.
So I think it's going to be just be one lap.
It is. One lap.
So it's, yeah, you know, so that's...
I would have pitted there
you brought up.
because you're only going to run one lap here. I would have pitted
I
there.
don't think you're going to get to the top 10 in one lap.
You can't, right? You're not going to have enough
It's
time.
not going to happen. So, you know, you could just ride around. You could pretty much just putt around there and not go a lap down and cycle up towards the lead.
Did Hemrick violate the choose rule?
Where's the box? Where's the box? Where's the box? Oh,
Almost. Not quite.
that was a little close there, Jeremy.
Yeah, late call for Jeremy Clements.
Almost had a wreck at the choose box.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the worst feeling in the world when you're like, oh my gosh, did I just hit the box? And then you just, you know, you never would have confessed anything, right? And if you don't ever hear anything, it's a sigh of relief. I think in Phoenix I about caught it, about wrecked trying to not hit it. So
that's the game plan there. Don't ask and just hope you don't hear anything. Hope no one notices.
Yeah, when you speed on pit road too, same thing. You're like, man, I really hope that I didn't. You never want to say, hey guys, I sped. But yeah,
I'm looking at those drivers that pitted here at lap 37. Brandon Brown, Riley Herbst, Myatt Snyder, Ryan Sieg. They're all restarting outside the top 25, back close to 30th. As we said, in one lap, there's absolutely no way you get through and score stations, right? So why would you burn them? I mean, the thought has got to be lay back and save them a little, you think?
Yeah, you know, I think in this position, since it's only one lap.
One lap.
I would putt around there at literally quarter speed. You're not going to go a lap down.
Moffitt spun the tires, got sideways that time.
here we go. At the front.
Oh, somebody hit the grass. What the hell? Somebody mid-pack hit the grass.
And these seams are just so hard to cross. You cross them at the wrong time going through the gears, and you just lose all your momentum, and cars just start going by.
Truex shot out to lead. Burton. So, whoa, Brandon Jones head on into Noah Gragson. Gragson, Moffitt, Brandon Jones.
Third caution of the afternoon. Noah Gragson
Yikes.
sideways.
Man, that was a lot of really...
Truex wins stage one. Hemrick made it through. Yay. Big wreck.
Hate to see that.
I thought I was getting braked. I couldn't believe it was actually happening.
David Starr got big damage there. Gregson with devastating left front damage. Hopefully that kills his day. Hopefully it's enough to ruin Gregson's day. Brandon Jones' day is probably fucked.
You know, they were coming a complete lap 40 on time.
Brandon Jones wants a push out of the grass.
Not much left in these Goodyear tires, and yeah, things happen.
What the hell happened?
This is coming off of turn 2, and Brandon Jones running.
A lot happened here. Brandon Jones 3 wide around the outside of Moffitt.
You know, Jones got a great run, and it looks like, I'm sure Brett tried to tuck in right behind him.
And Moffitt tried to slide in. He misjudged it. He hit him in the quarter panel, and around they went.
You see this too many times.
Hemrick barely made it through.
You know, if you feel that, I mean, feeling that hole is so important, and trying to, you know, just not leave the door open for someone to get around.
Big wreck.
You see the best in the business.
That was the Kyle Busch mistake from Darlington last year that Moffitt just made. God, you get turned right in front of the traffic at the high speed part of the racetrack going down the back.
It looked like Cindric got a little damage. I think A.J. Allmendinger did. We know that Noah Gragson was.
Gregson's having a shit year, and I love it.
He had been able to drive right
I love 2021.
stay out of the mess. Let's go on board with
Poor
Austin.
Moffitt. I mean, he paid the price for making that mistake. The onboard from Cindric here is going to be incredible. Oh, wow. Oh, Cindric got a pretty good bit of damage there on the right front. Allmendinger hit the wall in 3 after the wreck. God, a lot of cars got damage here. I didn't realize how bad the damage was on Cindric.
I think Hemrick was clean.
And Hemrick got through it clean, barely. I saw him charging into that wreck, and I said, uh-oh, but he made it out the other side.
As we all know, the tire fall off goes away, and
Brandon Jones still
well,
hasn't
when
moved.
tires are gone, you can't really stop either, and that's why they wanted him up like
Allmendinger's got damage from pounding the wall in 3.
Allmendinger had to come from the back today, won this race.
That, kiddies, is why I said you should have pitted.
Martin Truex Jr., Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier.
That would have helped all those guys that just pitted. What a mess. Now, if we can just get rid of Truex, we'll have an interesting race. Go Herbst. He's going to get another decent finish today because Allmendinger, Cindric, Brandon Jones, Moffitt, Gregson, they're all fucked. So that's a few less good cars out there to get in front of Herbst. What a mess. How do I reach these keys? Let's see what people are saying about that, Rick. Keanu Neal to the Cowboys. He gets to go continue to underachieve with Dan Quinn at somewhere new. Very nice. David Land makes an interesting point. You're going to see an increase in Leach drivers with the decrease in practice. Also interesting that the Toyota head was advocating for much less practice, and that the Toyota drivers tend to be the prime leaching suspects. He's right. That's not a coincidence.
Still without their normal access to sports and play due to COVID-19. That's why Fox Sports and Good Sports are restoring play through donations of brand new fitness gear to youth organizations, including nearly $800,000 worth of equipment from Good Sports to programs in need in the Atlanta area. Text play to the number on your screen to help kids get in the game. So our third caution comes out, final lap of the opening stage. And you see the list of drivers involved: Moffitt, Gregson, Allmendinger, Jones, Cindric. You could have made a case that any of those drivers would have won the race today.
Yeah, you know, that's, like I said, that's a shame. There's a lot of, I mean, there's...
Not a shame. Gregson was in it. It was all worth it.
Those guys were all having great days and really fast cars, and it looks like all of them have pretty significant damage. You know, I mean, the 16, that's bad. The 9 looks rough. I'm not sure what the damage is on the 22, but we can take a look at it one more time. Almost like when Kyle Busch and
I wish they would have hit Gregson harder. That car is still running.
Yeah, it's just, trying to minimize the loss, right? You know, you're middle of 3 wide. You're trying to fill the hole, so you're not put 3 wide again going into 3.
Erica and Karen.
You know,
howdy.
It's always close. Anytime in the NASCAR series, and yeah, it just didn't work out.
Cindric's still on pit road. Well, he's coming back down pit road. They might be able to patch that right front up, and Cindric could be okay, but they clearly missed the setup on the car coming into this race. Without that clean air, they're just dead.
And Jamie, what's it look like down there?
Bailey Curry's in the top 10.
Yes, well, Mr. Blaney called it. He said that 22 is hurt in that right front area. That's exactly why they wanted to bring him down now and just get that repaired early. Caught up there. Unbelievable turn of events for the 22, who they had high hopes for today. And very quickly, the 54 took over, and now they've had trouble after he faded a bit. He's just been loose today. They wanted to tighten him up, and obviously they haven't had a chance to even do that yet.
All of these vehicles will go on the damaged vehicle policy, and so they'll have...
Such a pretty race car, though. Pink and white.
If they can't get him repaired in that time,
am I supposed to give a damn?
I
don't be rude.
So severe that it can't be
is that a Supra? Yeah, it sure is.
To meet minimum speed and continue to operate throughout the today. We'll continue to monitor that. As you see, Noah Gregson is in as well.
Got the hood up
And
on
Saturday,
Gregson.
April 3rd, MLB is back as the Braves face Bryce Harper in the Phillies. Then the reigning champion Dodgers take on the Rockies. It's all on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Is that a Supra?
Where's my 8-wide racing?
I can't claim a team.
Where's my 8-wide racing?
You know, racing was my thing. I watch baseball, but I never really latched onto a team and followed.
Well, the seasons overlap.
This announced team sucks. Sorry, Blaney. Sorry, Reddick.
Just like ours.
Hey, it's great to see fans back out, right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
It is, you know, it's been, I know it's been obviously tough on them. It's been tough on us too, you know, not seeing everybody, meeting fans, you know, having that interaction. But it's great, you know, we've been having fans all year. And it's awesome to see a lot of people here today for this race, and looking forward to having people again for another beautiful race tomorrow for our Cup guys.
Yeah, I got tired of not having fans at the racetrack, so it's great to have some folks here and enjoying the racing and
Boy,
getting to see some of
the
cars that
lack of right front is going to hurt that 19 car. He's still running, though.
We had talked about.
The right front wheel's crooked, too.
37 and got those tires was Riley Hurst. Unfortunately for him, he had to check up for the accident on the back straightaway, flat spotted his tires, so he's going to have to pit again.
No. If he's just riding around, we need to get everything we can get. Got to get our head in the game, man. When he wrecks, he completely loses it.
Yikes.
I wonder what.
So that was Chris Rice. And
yeah, I guess a disagreement in how they go about you know, managing the damage and what they're going to do. Don't really know what they did or didn't do. Obviously,
I require elaboration. Pit road's actually open now.
finally open. And the leader's going to come down and get their first service of the day, Regan.
Well, Justin Haley's so strong a year ago here in this race. Strong again today. Right now, that race car just too tight for him. He can't get the front tires to turn. That means the front tires don't want to work. The 20 car of Harrison Burton. That race car is tight as well. It's building tighter as the run goes on. Lots of coaching up by a spotter on what line to run, Jamie.
Martin Truex Jr. in at 54 hasn't been in the car since 2010. Took him 7 laps to go 18th to first. A little loose on yellow grip. The 7 of Justin Allgaier.
No shocker, Truex is still the leader.
Martin came to play.
God, Allgaier came flinging out of his box. Josh Berry had to drive in the grass.
Right in front of his teammate Harrison Burton.
Josh Berry had to drive in the grass to avoid an accident. Josh Berry gained 3 spots. I hope he wasn't speeding. Somebody took a gas can with him. Who did that?
And penalties are on the way. You can't take the gas can with you.
I wonder whose gas can that is. I'm trying to add up the boxes of how far it would go. We'll see.
Tyler, let's talk to Martin.
Hey, there, Stage 1 winner Martin Truex Jr. This is Tyler Reddick up in the Fox Sports.
This is Tyler Reddick up in the.
Yeah, I got you, Tyler.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I had hair down to my shoulders, and I was elbows deep in dirt racing the last time that you were in an Xfinity car, but you didn't waste any time getting to the front.
Tyler Reddick used to have long hair. What happened, dude?
About your car, but it looks
You
like
don't
you
cut
had
it.
Did you miss running the Xfinity Series?
You can't do that.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a long time, so. Yeah,
Why the hell has it been so long since he ran a Busch car? Is that a Supra?
I get to drive for him, so hopefully I can just keep it up and not screw it up. So far, so good. Having some fun, and we'll see what we can do here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, and you know, take it easy on those guys out there. We'll see if they can get you. Good luck.
I won't take it easy. I'll make them earn it, but looks like yeah,
He won't take it easy, and if they race him hard, he'll complain. But that's Martin Truex Jr. Looks like Brandon Brown stayed out to take the lead. Myatt Snyder second, Sieg third, Tommy Joe Martin's fourth. They did just pit before that last restart. And Jeremy Clements is the one who took the gas can with him. That's dangerous. And you can see why they had to swerve to miss that gas can. Well, this is a really long caution. I think that's the primary reason that people like me hate stages, because these cautions just go on and on and on. I get bored during cautions. These races require a good attention span as it is. Long-ass cautions do not make it easy. See? I've only been awake for 4 hours and I'm sleepy sitting here under this caution. Really, I'm just thinking about how I want to be playing NASCAR 2005 right now. He probably is DFS with a little Xfinity sticker covering up the Cup logo. Oh God, how many more days till Darlington? It's on May 9th. I got a whole month and a half almost to go before I get to go to a race. Like I said, I'm going to try to stream from the race during like driver intros and shit. I'm going to try to stream. Be the first time I will have watched a race without talking to you guys in like 2 years. Because we started doing this at the Clash last February. Haven't missed a race since because of the pandemic. I would have missed some races last year because I would have been at a few. This year I'm going to be at a few.
Off to Darlington. Then it's up to Dover. Now keep in mind,
who's going to listen to my witty observations now when I'm at Darlington? I'll just have to mutter them to myself.
Man, we've seen some stuff get tore up already today, and I'm looking at where we're going between Martinsville, Talladega, Darlington. Pretty much every car's going to be right side of Darlington.
Well, that Xfinity's got 2 races at Martinsville this time around.
5 races in this Xfinity Series.
I wish that was the one Dale Jr. was running.
Today is a Dash for Cash qualifier. So if you're signed up for Xfinity points, and everybody in the field but 2 guys are, Brett Moffitt and Martin Truex Jr. If you're one of the
Brandon Brown is the leader.
Today, you're eligible for the big bonus.
I'm sure it won't take Truex long to deal with Brandon Brown, Maya Snyder, and Ryan Sieg and Tommy Joe Martin.
Would love $100,000. Should be going to college someday. Josh Berry.
Truex picked the outside line, oddly enough.
On the 8 car, so they were penalized. Tough break for them because they
Josh Berry got to go to the back.
Inside the top 5.
And yep, Josh Berry was speeding on pit road. That's why he gained 3 spots. But then again, he was trying to avoid a wreck.
His situation has gone from bad to worse. And as we get ready for the restart, it's going to be Brandon Brown, Myatt Snyder on the front row. The top 3, those that stayed out under our...
Remember that year the tire rolled out of the pits onto the quarter mile on the front stretch and a crew guy ran out under green to grab it? That was fucking wild, wasn't it?
Getting ready to jot down some notes of what these 3 cars up at the front are going to do on the start.
Now look how far back Truex is laying back.
Oh, yeah.
That's the secret in that outside line. You don't want to be the first car on that outside line, but you can lag back and get a nice launch.
Snyder actually did a really good job restarting that second lane.
And Mike Snyder did do a good job there. Brandon Brown, check out. Never mind, Truex is 3 wide per second around Sieg and Snyder.
Outside, he's going to get there, obviously. 1 lap is still a lot in Atlanta. You're about to see it.
Yeah, 3 wide for the lead. Snyder, Brown, Truex. Truex takes it. And he's gone. New leader, MTJ.
As we hit turn 3, Truex has been dominating today, leading 41.
30 to go in stage 2.
And on that start, looking great for a second. Giselle turning to Brandon Brown. Gets the inside and going to settle out the second here.
Hey, he handled himself well and continues to learn. Brandon Brown, I mean, he's
Well, I'm just thinking about how long that race is going to be tomorrow and how bad Atlanta sucked last year in Cup.
This guy's doing so many things to grow early in his career.
Yeah, working with the great crew chief, me and Ryan both have had a lot of experience.
That's going to be a long-ass race tomorrow.
Always great to catch up with Doug and glad to see him he's such a good fit for Brandon Brown.
You both worked with him when you were driving a truck for Brad Keselowski, right?
Yeah, Doug Randolph.
Where's my 8-wide racing?
Crew chief over there at BKR, and I'm not sure if he was your first one when he came on board. You know, Doug, he was actually worked on my dad's Cup team for a long time, so we've known Doug for a long time. Just a great person, great family. And Regan, do you know Doug as well?
I like the tassels on the front of Cindric's car. Oh, wait, that's just the tape.
I think we're having an issue with Regan's mic.
What a shame. We're having an issue with Regan Smith's mic.
We'll get back to
Damn. What are we going to do now?
He was a part of the crash. Was having a rough day anyway.
Boy, Truex is really about to stink this up Kyle Busch style. Like, I don't even know why I'm watching this now. Why am I here? My pick is not even close to being a contender for the win. A Cup guy's leading the race and driving away. Why am I here? Surely next week won't be like this. It's Bristol on dirt. It's going to be fun no matter what.
Harrison Burton, you know, he was the one who was running second, you know, most of the day behind Truex, and he's starting to flex his muscle again and try to get back up where he was running.
Yeah, I mean, look at what Brandon Brown did right there. Obviously, you know, in Atlanta, I feel like when you get put in that spot, you're not going to be able to hold on to position. But he did a really good job there of getting to Harrison's right rear quarter panel, and is going to get back down in front of him here in 3 and 4. And well, the last thing you want to do as a driver when you're behind somebody else is lose the air on the nose there. But Harrison's got to go back to work.
Hey, back behind him in 6th, we talked about Ryan Sieg. He was one of those that came down prior to the stage in. Got those
Wow, they're going to commercial like 5 laps into a run. Not even. It's not even 5 laps into the run. They're going to commercial because they know this shit's boring. Waste of a Saturday, officially. We can pretty much write that down now. I could take a nap. Should leave the stream on and just go to sleep. I'll let you guys listen to my TV while I take a nap, and then I can wake up at like 30 to go and be like, all right, what's going on? Did I ever watch Drake and Josh? Nah. Never seen a single episode of that. The only Nickelodeon shit I watched was like SpongeBob. I was a man of taste. Damn. Could play Guitar Hero. Started playing that last week for the first time and God knows when. Just what I love, a Cup guy ruining my Saturday afternoon 2 races in a row. I've been here all day now. We're not even halfway through this fucking race yet. If you're not cheering for Truex, you might as well turn it off because you're not going to have a good time today. Wonder how Kamikaze feels. His man is a leech this year. Going to run a truck race or 2 as well. Huh. That's the painful part. We're not even halfway through this race yet. Yeah, Dibs, I'll see you later. We'll still be here. Unfortunately, we'll still be here later if you want to come back. Unless y'all have anything to talk about, because I sure don't. We're halfway through stage 2 and I'm bored.
With Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, I'm Adam Alexander. Truex leading 50 of our 60 laps today. He's a 2-time series champion.
Let's get through the field while I yawn. Justin Haley around the outside of Snyder for second. Can't make the pass. Now he's going to try to get it done on the inside. Snyder's loose.
Yeah, and you know, I'm looking at it.
Haley couldn't get the run off the corner on the bottom. But Snyder was loose.
Justin Haley really moving around a lot, 1 and 2. And you see Mike moving around in front of him, but He seems pretty good here, especially being in
Now
mindset.
Haley's to
And
the
it looks
inside
like
of
he's gonna be able
Snyder.
to get the preferred
Can't
position.
clear him off a 2.
Those two racing for second. Good battle.
Got a
going on
battle
here
behind them for
Harrison
4th.
Burton in front of Justin Allgaier. When you look at Harrison Burton, here's a driver that's
Wow, the race from second on back is really good. Imagine if a Cup guy with a Cup team wasn't out front by 2 seconds and growing. Just imagine how much fun we could be having.
Allgaier put the pressure on him, and Allgaier's been fast. You know, towards the end of the other run, the first run, he was really making some good ground up. So Justin, I think, does a really good job on these worn-out racetracks, and it seems like right now his car is starting to get to where he really likes it to be.
There you go. Cut away from that great battle to Riley Herbst visor cam. Are you serious? Harrison Burton and Allgaier are having a great battle for position, and you cut away to watch out of this dude's fucking visor cam, and you can't see anything. Wow, visor cam's so cool. You'll never see it up at the front with Riley Herbst holding it.
So we'll see how that continues to develop for him. I know that he's getting all the laps he can.
And behind him, Brandon Brown running 7th right now. Regan.
Well, I think we got the problems fixed.
Oh, I can't wait for Bristol next week. This fucking sucks.
I wanted to mention, I know you guys said that you had plenty of experience with Doug Randolph as crew chief. He too was one of my first experiences.
I wish I could lay down, but my mic won't reach over to the bed.
Things are getting so much better. He said this season we're so much further ahead of time with our race cars. I have an opportunity to cut.
My pick is pathetic today.
More than what I did last year on his driving stuff on and off the racetrack. As you guys know, and working with Doug in the past, that is one of his strong suits. Young drivers and coaching them up. He is very good at that.
Yeah, it's nice to have
Oh, 3 wide for 3rd. Surprised they didn't miss it. Allgaier comes through and makes the pass. He passed through the middle.
Justin Allgaier cuts through the middle.
Allgaier's got a fast car all of a sudden.
You know, I think that was a case of
Damn.
Justin being on the inside of Myatt down the back, and Burton got a huge run and took him 3 wide, and that was, it gets tight down there in 3 and 4, especially as slick as it is.
Yeah, Harrison has to be careful about that right rear tire. We see him sideways a lot here, and as this run continues to go, you know, that's going to just get worse and worse as we run.
How about that 7 car, Jamie?
Yeah, I talked to Jason Burdett, crew chief for Justin Allgaier this morning, and he said all the junior motorsports cars came different. They all trying to get better and learn something. He said they've been decent here, so they use the same platform.
Hey, Gregson's in 15th with all that damage. Congratulations.
I'll tell you what, though, they're going in the right direction. First 4 races, average finish.
Boring. Go back to commercial again. Fuck it. Why not?
Today, Truex is your leader.
No matter what, you're going to be bored here while we're doing side by side. Now you get to be bored in silence. Jeremy Clements is back in the top 10 after his penalty for removing equipment. He's got an exceptionally good car today for that team. Cindric is still struggling in 18th. He had damage. Gregson's 15th with damage. Whatever they got under the hood can carry them to top 15s at least in this series. What's your favorite color? Oh, Jesus. Right now, it's anything but fucking yellow. I liked that Stanley Tools paint scheme at the start of the race. Now I'm kind of resenting it. Allgaier to second. He just passed Justin Haley. Boy, what a race this would be. I'm just going to try to pretend that Allgaier's leading with 10 to go in stage 2.
number 6 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Love coming here, and we get to do it twice in 2021. You know, I'm in the booth today with Reddick and Blaney, and I'm just going to tell you guys, enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy tomorrow. I know it's a long day, 500 miles, but when we return, it's going to be mid-July. I mean, you talk about earning it. Mid-July in Atlanta's hot.
You'll be working hard.
Holy shit. Yeah, they just pointed out. So I knew there was 2 races at Atlanta this year. I, however, forgot that the second one is in the middle of fucking July. July in Georgia. And in those cup cars, it's going to be hell because they're sealed up. No air gets in there. Thank God somebody might drop dead of exhaustion at Atlanta in July. That is rough, dude. I think Darlington in May is going to be tough, and I'm going to be there. But good God, Atlanta in July. What were they thinking? You know, there's a reason the second Atlanta race was always in like October or November.
Yeah, so, you know, Harrison came off of 2 on the
Be fun for the Xfinity cars, though, I guess.
So he protected the bottom into 3 because he wanted to run on the line. And Snyder tried to go to the top, and they just came together. But Harrison was just protecting the bottom because he knows that's the fastest way around playoff for him.
Hasn't been a good day for our reigning champ, Austin Cindric, 19th right now.
I can't really say you did a whole lot for me here. I don't think it's changing a whole lot. You have absolutely no drive.
I'd say Cindric, that big hole in the right front might have something to do with how you're struggling right now. The car wasn't good anyway, but it's not going to be any better after you had a hole punched in the right front.
Yeah, you know, and the damage to the right front fender and nose, you know, I'd almost feel like that would make you tighter, you know, and that part of the car is damaged, but, you know, I'm sure the front end is not working as well, but the back is still just out of the racetrack like it was before, so that's, you know, just a frustrating day, but, I mean, he's up to 19th, he's been doing a pretty good job of working what he's got, and as, you know, we get another caution here soon for the stage, they'll be able to try to fix that right front fender up a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part, you know, for Brian Wilson and Coleman.
If I was Hemrick, I'd be like, yo, man, how come we ain't running as good as the 54 or the 20? Well, what gives?
Take advantage of some more misfortunes. They're going to get out of here with a lot better finish than, you know, Brandon Jones, Brett Moffitt, some of those that are back there.
And a good finish today. If you can salvage, let's say, a top 15, that could play a huge dividends, pay huge dividends in a couple of weeks when we go to Martinsville, because so much of your starting position there is based on how you run in this race. And so that keeps everybody in the game. As you look at the season numbers, we're not going to see a top 5 again, most likely, but a top 15, even a top 10 would be a
Every time I see the backstretch at Atlanta from an onboard camera, I get PTSD about Dale Jr.'s wreck there in 2004. Thanks, Carl Edwards. I'm kidding. It was actually Junior's fault.
You know, chaos so far in this race.
Cost us a championship. 2 things cost Dale Jr. the championship in 04. Getting points taken away for saying shit after he won Talladega, and getting wrecked down the backstretch at Atlanta.
He just passed Snyder for 6th place, and he's been carving his way up through the
Oh well, I'm still not over it.
that close to the front, and he's just been really smooth all day and actually put together really good lap times. I've been watching him. So
Boy, it just sounds like Blaney and Reddick are muttering whenever they talk. It's like, oh, you know, he's just going down the backstretch there, and his car. That's what it sounds like when they're talking.
You know, they really shine on the mile and a half.
You don't want to hear me just the race where you can fuck off somewhere else because this is what we do every week. So why don't you go somewhere else and watch the race? Pay for cable. Don't come bitching to me. You're the one who clicked on a stream that said live reaction. That means people are talking during the race. So why don't you shut the fuck up and go somewhere else? Truex leads by 3 seconds. What a day. So exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that's just product of Atlanta, you know. It wears out, and the guys that really got it going on with track position, they're going to...
I should have stayed in bed.
You see movers and shakers, but it's just product of this racetrack. You know, the guys that are falling off fairly well are going to really get away from those that are like Cindric and some of these other drivers that are really fighting something within their car.
Saw Truex go around Bailey.
You guys are being awfully quiet today.
Curry's 25th today.
I need you guys. We still got half a race to get through.
A couple of young drivers, Harrison, Burton, Riley Herbst, were teammates a year ago. And up in front of them is Martin Truex Jr.
Stage winner, MTJ.
Stage 2. Second place goes to Justin Allgaier. Third place, Justin Haley. And fourth and fifth.
How about I just mute the race and breathe into the mic? Do some ASMR. It's much more interesting than what's going on right now. They're going to commercial. I wish something magical would happen. Yeah, basketball's on. Hey, good basketball, NCAA. For the record, I've never been an NBA fan that much, especially nowadays. I think the NBA's trash, but college basketball, a lot of fun. I used to watch a lot of that when I was in like middle school. I would watch NCAA. Go Tar Heels. I'm from North Carolina. I cheer for the right team from North Carolina. When I used to really give a shit anyway. But it's been some time now. Boy, I wish I had a reason to give a fuck about this race. I know we got Cup guys running multiple races at Circuit of the Americas, but for some reason it's more tolerable on a road course race. But when it's like, hey, we're at a fucking mile and a half and this Cup guy's leading by 4 seconds. No, not fun. No wonder Dale Jr. could come straight out of retirement and lead the most laps at Richmond like he did a couple years ago. Get screwed by a late caution. You know, if Junior was running the Xfinity race at Darlington in May, I would get tickets to that too. I wish he would run Charlotte in the Xfinity Series. I'd go to that race. First year since 1979, a North Carolina team didn't want to get. You know, that makes a lot of sense because one of them's going to at least win a little bit. Did you know that on March 20th, 1930, Kentucky Fried Chicken was founded? They're showing the shit on the race right now. March 20th, 1988, Dale Earnhardt wins his 4th of 9 Atlanta Cup races. Good for Dale. My namesake, 6 years before I was born. And we're back. 3 Ford drivers have won multiple Atlanta Xfinity races. Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, and Carl Edwards. 3 drivers we sorely need.
I believe the first of his career. And the next day, he came back and won his first Cup race. Swept the weekend, and in both days, it was his first career win in each series.
You know, I remember watching that Cup race, and that was one of the coolest finishes ever. He beat Jimmy Johnson. Unbelievable.
I remember when Carl beat Jimmy, I was yelling in my bedroom. I was cheering for Carl because I was sick of Jimmy Johnson already. Jimmy hadn't even won a championship yet, and I was already sick of Jimmy Johnson in 2005. So, of course, I was cheering for Carl Edwards.
That car's too tight for him. You see him in the upper left-hand of the screen. They told him, stop short. We want to make sure that we don't get boxed in by the 15 car who's going to be coming into his stall later on. The 20 car Harrison Burton on the upper right-hand of your screen.
Regan Smith really struggling with the English language today.
Martin Truex Jr. in the 54 has Christopher Bell's Cup crew going over the wall for him. Just a little bit tight. They freed him up below air pressure. 4 tires to 7. Justin Allgaier said, don't make adjustments if it's going to cost us time. The car is
Martin Truex Jr. is still your leader. Justin Allgaier 2nd. Is that really Herb's going to be in 3rd? Gained 2 spots on pit road up to 3rd.
Harrison Burton.
Josh Berry back in the top 10 after a penalty earlier. Jeremy Clements well into the top 10 now as well. Truex is ruining my day.
Ryan Blaney up in the Fox booth. You got me.
Which, rightfully so. I just...
Debriefing with crew chief.
Yeah, it's as if we shouldn't be bugging these drivers during a fucking race, even if it's under caution. They might be doing something important. Hey, just an Allgaier, blah, 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 up in the booth. You got a copy? Poor Blaney's got to be put up to this.
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
Hey, you look really good out there in that number 7 car. Looks like your car is really great on the long run.
That paint scheme is nice. And yeah, Allgaier's got great long run speed.
Didn't make any adjustments under that pit stop. What do you think you need?
Pick the inside line behind Truex on this restart if you want to have any chance at staying with him, please.
You know, obviously Mark's a great race car driver, but they got a really good car today too. So our result at Echo Park Camaro is really good on the long run, like I said. We fought Beetle on the splitter a little bit at the start of a run, and once it finally kind of comes to me, I feel like we're really good. So, you know, we got a long stage here. Hopefully we can get some on green flag runs and, you know, do our job. And
well, according to my trends of the day, this last stage will probably go green, at least almost all the way. Those are my trends of the race. Because Larry Mack can't be bothered. He's probably asleep right now.
He sounds confident, and you need that if you're going to try to run down a Cup champion. Mark Truex Jr. leading. When we come back...
Imagine time traveling back to the last time Martin Truex ran an Xfinity race and saying, oh, you see that guy right there? He's going to win like 30 Cup races after this and be a Cup champion. And be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's going to have like a Hall of Fame career now. I'd have laughed at you, but man, Truex is all right, but he ain't going to win those like 20, 30 more Cup races. He did. Just a bizarre career for Martin Truex Jr. Nobody could have ever predicted him being this strong. He was pretty much left for dead after MWR went belly up. They had to close down the 56 team. And they ran like another, 2 years after they ran 14. They ran 20, now they just ran 2014 because in 15, I'm pretty sure that's when Boyer was driving that god-awful Harry Scott car. Or was that 16? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, it was 16. Boyer, yeah, it was still MWR in 2015, but they were down to 2 cars, then they closed down. Truex went to the 78. Kurt Busch had made the 78 a decent car, got him in the chase the year before, but then they just sucked that first year with Truex. Boy, after that, it really took off. Get this KFC shit off my screen. I had Bojangles earlier. It's better. I'm fucking thirsty. I'll be right back. Maybe I'll do this next run standing up because I was getting sleepy sitting in that chair. Somebody please screenshot Adam Alexander's face there in that thing they just showed.
Thank you very much for the bump back there. I mean, you guys are serious, and I'm acting like an idiot. This T-shirt look familiar, Blaney?
Yeah, it does. I have that exact same T-shirt, and that's a great Ford Motorcraft hat he had on there, too.
And this tweet from Xfinity Racing: there's never been more of a chance for a Star Trek versus Star Wars debate in the Xfinity Series booth Have at it, fellas. And Blaney, I think the last time you were with us, it was May 4th in the booth at Dover a couple of years ago.
You got that right. So I don't know. You know, I've never really seen a Star Trek.
Yeah.
I saw one of the newer ones, but I was just never really into it as a kid. Even though I liked.
I wasn't either.
I never really got into.
My uncle loves him some fucking Star Trek though.
It's not really.
He gives me shit about Star Wars, but he loves watching Star Trek.
Star Trek fans that turn Star Wars never look back. I grew up watching Star Wars and found Star Trek and went off in that direction. So I don't know. They find Star Wars, they like it, they see Star Trek, and there they go.
You know, it's both space adventures, so whatever you're into.
There's a lot of Star Trek to watch out there.
I was going to offer to be the judge and the jury in this debate, but there's no debate. I mean, you guys just get along too much. That doesn't work on TV. Work on that, okay?
Yeah.
And I think we might have been able to pull up some pictures of you, Blaney.
Don't do it.
Doing the Star Wars stuff. I mean, seems to always pop up when you join us. Well, that's pretty tame, you and Bubba.
Yeah, that one's tame.
Who?
Yeah,
Oh, get that off the screen.
Universal Studios, Star Wars Land.
The boomers are tuning out now.
There it is.
Appreciate that, everyone in the Fox booth. Thank you in the truck for reminding me of that night. But you know, hey, whatever.
They showed you know who on the screen hanging out with Blaney. I'm never watching NASCAR again. This is it. We're done after today.
I reminded you because if you were dressed like that, hopefully you forgot. All right?
By the way, I heard Bill Lester got booed in driver intros today at the truck race. Why? I personally don't give a fuck about Bill Lester, but like, why, other than the fact that he's black, would you boo a guy that hasn't been on track since like 2007?
You know, I'm sure it's starting to get
Come on, Georgia, be better.
Through 1 and 2, you know, you hope you make the right adjustments to your car. We'll usually have a long green flag run because there's no more stages left, you know, so we'll have to pit one more time.
Stretching my legs.
So we'll see when people split up that pit sequence and who's got the best car at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking behind. We've got 76 laps to go. Probably going to take the green 75, 74. So there's going to be a lot of ways to break up this last stage. Obviously, tires need a lot, but we'll just have to see what they do.
And everyone should have, with the exception of the 98, everyone should have 2 sets of tires in the pits. You got to pit, as you said, Ryan, one time, and then you save a set in case we get a late caution. As we go green, we listen into 7 radio. That's Justin Allgaier. He's just behind the
Green flag. Truex and Allgaier on the inside. Wow, what a great restart by Allgaier. He shoved Truex to 1 and got to his outside. I don't think he's running close enough to his door, but he might make this pass here. That was beautifully executed by Allgaier. He's on the outside of Truex, taking the lead down the back. Truex is going to send this thing down to the bottom there. Truex got it. Good God, look at the momentum Truex carried through the center of the corner. He drove in so deep and made it stick. That car shot way ahead of Allgaier there. That was impressive by Truex. The restart and that whole lap till they got to turn 3, it looked like it was going to work out for Allgaier, but it didn't.
That's about as good as you can execute it through 1 and 2.
So Truex is leading. That was Allgaier's one shot. We'll have to see if he can hang with him on a long run. He did have good long run speed before.
He's having a good day. He's really happy.
Truex got good speed no matter how long they run or how short the run is. So I don't really think it matters.
Up to 17th, and yeah, that's not bad. You got to believe you can get to the top 15 before this thing's over. Was racing there with Santino, Ferrucci, Josh Williams, a couple of drivers that are inside the top 20, and we have got to give some love to the 51 of Jeremy Clements. He had a great starting spot today. Stayed in the top.
Hey, my pick Daniel Hemrick is up to 6th. That's as high as he's run all day. Jeremy Clements top 5. And that awesome paint scheme. DiecastKings.com. Never heard of that, but sounds like my kind of website.
Frustrating at times when you race with him for different things on track position, going around him when he's trying to put him a lap down.
I might have to check that out. No, don't do it. I'll be spending money on If I start spending money on NASCAR diecast, I will never turn back. Plus, I have nowhere to put them.
He's just a really nice guy. So he's one that
if I could get me one of them big fancy cases for diecast, I'd have a shit ton. Maybe that's something I need to look into in the future.
The crew chief really getting their chemistry down, and sets are something he hasn't had.
But I want like older diecasts, and those are much more expensive now. There's a lot of modern ones I would get, but I want some older ones.
Continuing to cut through the field.
There's two lovebirds, AJ and Austin, right around each other again. But yeah, I mean, Austin's not had a good day, and he's trying to take out a little bit of frustration that he has on these competitors. And those two, you know, not going to get the finish they want, but they're going to.
AJ back on the lead lap now, or?
Now they're not racing for position. Cindric on the lead lap, and you can see with our
Oh yeah, AJ's not on the lead lap yet. Never mind.
Is a lap down. Gregson is on the lead lap. You see him in the 9 up to 16th. Riley Herbst back to 9th after rallying up to a top 5 position. What's their story, Regan?
Well, and you see him sliding back just a little bit and fighting the race car right there just a little bit. They actually put the 2-lap scuffs that they thought they had flat spotted earlier in the race back on the race car right now. So as we get to the end of this race, they still have 2 sets of sticker tires left, much like the rest of the field. But right now, paying a little bit of a price for having to put those scuffs back on.
Hey, it's a great report, Regan, and I said he was the one guy that was out of balance on tires because we thought because of that pit stop that they.
So is that going to be the excuse for Herbst not doing so hot?
Because they put on those older tires, paying the price here, but level with everyone else. That's a great job done there by Regan getting that information.
You know, and we saw Harrison Burton past the 11. Let's see what Haley's got going on.
Justin Haley said his car was getting hot. Does he still have trash? He got it off.
You never know if he's getting hot like that. That's just what you got to do if there's no lap cars in sight. And you know, Haley, that was a better move. Let someone go to help clean the grill up.
And with 68 laps to go, you want to get the gauges corrected. It's not going to work itself out. Too much time remaining. Truex.
Get your fucking commercial breaks in. Poor Dibs. Well, I'm happy for Dibs. He got to check out and not watch this shit, but I'm streaming, so I'm stuck here. I gotta watch the rest of this. They really just had to bore the fuck out of us before we got to Bristol next week. Hey, I know what's fun. Let's talk about NFL. Let me go to NFL.com. Because during boring races, I always say I miss football. So, Deshaun Watson, is he the new Bill Cosby of the NFL? Because these fucking lawsuits are getting a little out of hand. Has there ever been anything in a horror movie? Well, when The Grudge first came out, I think I was like 10 years old or something. That was pretty scary. Just the imagery in that movie was pretty creepy. It stuck with me. I don't know. I don't get scared by horror shit. Certainly not since I was young. Free agency news. There we go. Let's talk about this because it's much more interesting than these commercials or anything else that's going on. More free agency, please. The Steelers were dumb enough to sign Juju, and Juju was dumb enough to take a pay cut to stay with the Steelers. Anything? Trubisky to Buffalo to back up Josh Allen. Kyle Rudolph to the Giants. Will Fuller to the Dolphins. Flacco's visiting the 49ers. Hunter Henry's in New England. Boy, the Patriots went in on free agency. I was happy to see that. Patriots on paper have one hell of a roster now, I think. They get Edelman back healthy. Dante Hightower's coming back. They signed a lot of good players this week. That was the thing that had me turning my head reading all the free agency news. Unfortunately, we got to watch a race now. It's not much of a race. Fitzpatrick to Washington. Yep. I think that's a good move. Certainly won't hurt anything. Put your tinfoil hat on. The Houston Texans planted these sexual harassment lawsuits on Watson to hurt his trade value so nobody will try to trade for him. I'm kidding. I don't know. That's a good conspiracy theory, though.
And really is really hard to not only watch someone go through, but obviously for that person to be part of. So what we do at the RBFF is just really raise funds, raise awareness, and we have a lot of great programs going on right now. Our Fund to Fellow program is going on, and we're working with UPMC right now on that. So really excited to get that rolling. And so I wanted to add as well, when we were doing On This Date, my boss, Mr. Penske, texted me and said, on this day, 112 years ago, Carl Fisher founded the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I thought that was pretty unique.
Now, is he just trying to help us, or was he taking a shot that we didn't have that as a part of our On This Date? You're the only one that would know the answer to that question.
I think.
Boy, Daniel Hemrick really sucks today. Thank you.
So thank you, RP, for watching today.
I'm furious about that.
Hey, it seems like every week, the biggest sleeper in the field is Jeb Burton. He's been top 10 in every race this year. And with 60 to go, here he is running 6th. Here's his veteran teammate, A.J. Allmendinger.
If Jeb pulls in the victory lane, because he will this year, then I'm going to be just as pumped up for Jeb than I would be for myself. I've watched Jeb over his career.
I gotta be honest, I'm bitching, but I'm actually, just grateful to be watching a race. After last year, I'll never take it for granted again.
But outside of it, to try to put together these programs so we can be inside the race car.
Stop leeches and Xfinity and trucks. I thought we were past this.
We showed the schedule earlier, and the fact that the Xfinity teams are going to get a 2-week break after today. I think if you told Jeb Burton, new team, first year full-time, and you're going to be the only driver after 6 races to finish top 10 every week, it looks like that would be the case with the problems Cedric has had. They would take that and run.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You can't win these races by being inconsistent. You can't put yourself in position to win.
Has anybody been screwed out of more Xfinity wins by Cup guys than Justin Allgaier? Can you think of anybody else? Allgaier's always like 2nd or 3rd in races with Cup guys.
Take it and run with it. Finish those races and
as Daniel Hemrick falls out of the top 10 and Josh Berry moves into 10th.
That 2-car, we were just able to, get the most out of the not so great days, and that's how you put yourself in positions to win championships, is by just fighting through those tougher days and getting the most out of it.
Mentioned new team for him. Big opportunity this year for Josh Berry as well. Running all the ovals for Junior Motorsports in the first portion of the campaign, and he's back to the top 10 after a penalty. Let's get a report from Jamie Little.
Well, as Martin Truex Jr. continues to lead this race, we talked about the fact he hasn't been in an Xfinity car since 2010. So on Monday, he went to the Joe Gibbs Xfinity shop, met with Chris Gale, his crew chief, sat in the car. He basically took his Cup seat and put it in the car, but some things are different, including the gas.
Now we're talking about Martin Truex Jr.'s seat. That's how you know they have nothing to talk about. How big is the catheter he's wearing so he can piss his pants during the race?
Not too long ago.
Let me know about that, Jamie Little.
With the ECU on the Cup cars, the throw of the throttle is a little bit different to the carbureted Xfinity cars, and I really have a really short gas pedal, and with our motorsports, I wasn't able to do that, and it's not something.
Jeffrey Earnhardt's 15th.
Right up and can deal with, especially a place like
That's
Atlanta,
not bad.
It takes time to get adjusted.
I saw him get a top 10 at Charlotte a couple years ago. The only Xfinity race I've ever been to, if you can believe it.
Differences, running the electronic dash in the Cup car compared to the TAC in the Xfinity car, it's different how it goes through pit roads. So you'll see a lot of people speed if they go down or up divisions, just because it's not the exact same thing. And that's just the tough side of the technology difference between the two series.
The one thing he's comfortable in both series is being out front. He's led 100 laps today, a dominating performance for
Martin Truex Jr. playing the role of cure for insomnia today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Saw the Patriots got Jonnu Smith as well. Man, I wish I had me like a computer chair that was made like they make racing seats now. You realize how comfortable that shit would be? Every driver says that they could straight up sleep in their car. Like the seats are that comfortable and that, custom fitted for them. I know they're insanely expensive, but if I was rich, I'd be like, hey man, can I get me like a racing seat just to fucking sit in because it looks really cozy. I even want the thing around my head. Because those seats look awesome. I'd love to have one. Start a GoFundMe. Get Dale a fucking racing seat from like Hendrick or something. We have a caution, apparently. Yep, we have a caution during the commercial break. Don't know what happened. You can pretty much make it from here.
Caution for the 5th time, and Ryan Blaney has discovered the telestrator.
He got loose here, and then it just kind of went sideways all the way through there.
I hate that for Mason Massey. He's from
The 99 car spun out off of 2 just like the 90 did earlier.
This year for BJ McLeod.
Well, tires.
Time to pit. You can make it to the end.
And then everybody should have 1 set left after this if we would get a late caution, right? I mean, you got to come.
Yeah, you're sitting 50 laps to go. You got to come here. And then, you could technically probably run this to the end if you really want to push it.
Oh, yeah, you're in the window.
But, I think you have to look at fall off. If you do, I would find it hard to believe if guys...
If this goes green all the way, it would be pretty interesting just because of the tire fall off, but we'll see.
Get 4 fresh ones.
The fuel window here, 60 plus laps, so no problems on fuel.
Well, Karen, you're a fountain of information today. That's actually really cool that you can get those seats for like $800.
Right now that are going to want those 4 tires, Adam, on the upper left of your screen. Justin,
maybe one day.
Right now that race car is too tight, and it keeps getting tighter as the runs go. Also had that water temperature issue. It's not pushing any water, but the gauge has been all over the place. The 20 car on the right-hand side of your screen, Harrison Burton, he's just getting freer as we run and the runs go. Jamie?
Jeremy Clemens in the 51 looking for his 4th top 10 of the year. What an incredible run today. Building a little bit tight, but they said they've been making good adjustments. The 54 came in for an air pressure and 4 tires as well, Adam.
That crew has been incredible today. Give a shout out to the 7 as well.
Truex still the leader. You shouldn't be surprised. Jeremy Clements is 4th. Jeremy Clements is 4th.
And a problem again for Josh Berry on pit road. We'll follow up there when we return to Atlanta.
What is that music? Dude, I laughed so hard when Clements won at Road America. Do I have $800? Yes. I have $800 many times over, as a matter of fact, but I'm not ready to drop $800 on a seat. But yes, I've been saving money for rainy days for a while now. It's safe to say I could buy an $800 seat, no problem, but I don't really want to throw money on it. When Clements won Road America, it was particularly funny because he beat Matt Tifft, and I fucking hate Matt Tifft because he's such a waste of a goddamn ride. He sucked so bad. And I was like, hey, you got beat by the 51. Wasn't Tiff driving the 19 that day? Or was it the 19 or the 2? I think it was the 19. Yeah, it was the 19. He was still driving for Gibbs. That shit was pretty funny. Please shut the fuck up. Hold up, Joy Taylor's on the TV. Oh, it's just a Colin Cowherd commercial, though. I listened to the Pat McAfee show this week, and it really made me miss football. Problems.
Most recent cycle, we start things off here with Daniel Hemrick coming in.
Gregson just flipped off Daniel Hemrick.
So it looks like Daniel was trying to come around the car that was pitted in the box before him, and that car was already out a little bit, so he couldn't get in, so he leaked into the 9's box, and that's what kind of messed up the 9.
Yeah, Hemrick's day's fucked anyway.
That was a really unfortunate thing.
And what the fuck? Gregson just backed up on pit road and ran into Hemrick for no reason.
And I don't know if it was the way he got into the box.
That's just dangerous and stupid, but that's Noah Gregson. What are you gonna do?
So he goes to the back. So does our leader, speeding.
Oh, Martin Truex Jr. too fast on pit road. Martin Truex Jr. too fast on pit road. Justin Allgaier is your leader. Oh.
I know there's going to be Martin Truex Jr. fans that tweet
Oh.
and say, Adam Alexander is biased.
Martin Truex Jr. Let me say it one more time. Martin Truex Jr. too fast on pit road. And yes, Gregson should be penalized for what he just did.
Because watching him come from the back is going to be amazing.
We're only going to have 46 to go. Can Truex get back to the front?
He was talking about enjoying himself and having fun.
Fucking Jeremy Clements is lining up on the front row on the outside. Allgaier is the leader. Harrison Burton's on the inside behind him. Michael Annette's on the outside line. This is actually going to be fun to watch now. Now we've actually got a race to watch. Let's look how far back Truex is back there. Way back.
Jeremy Clements starting on the front row. Had a great car all day. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jeremy can do here.
What could clean air do here?
Yep.
Better take advantage of this clean air. Clements will win. I hope so. That'd be awesome. I like Allgaier, though, especially if this goes green all the way. Clements spun the tires and not outside. He's already 3 wide in the middle. Okay, he holds off Michael Annette. Now he's 3 wide to the outside, and he doors Jeb Burton, and Jeb Burton goes into the wall with Clements. That was Clements' fault. He just killed his and Jeb Burton's day. Caution's out.
Well, and 6th caution of the day. Daggone. Couple really good cars.
Clements was just trying to close the door and ruined his day and Jeb Burton's day. And gives Truex less laps to get back to the front.
There was some really tight places that Jeb was.
Well, I'm sorry Clements won't win. I was hoping he would, but shouldn't have picked that outside line there. He should have picked the inside. I don't know why he picked the outside.
Yeah, I think the chaos really.
Especially with a car like his, he spun the tires bad.
Watch Clements' hand. Just saw it on the start. He spun tires. He's slow.
And Jeb Burton saw a hole, and it was there. He got to his inside, and Clements just came down like he wasn't there.
Yeah, Jeb has a right front now.
Immediately cut Jeb's right front tire.
You come in, you repair the damage, and they should have a set of
But yeah, I like
tires here
Allgaier to
that
finish
they
this
put
thing
those
off.
on, so maybe they can work through this.
Came right across my nose, dude. Yeah, push out there.
Colby Howard and Tommy Joe Martins and Santino Ferrucci are in the top 10.
45 laps to go. We're not at a green white checkered by any means, but we know how important it is to get the track position when the tires are good. And 2 people want the same spot on the racetrack, and they're up there battling for what they think could be a top 5 or even better. So
Well, this race took a turn.
on these restarts.
That was Mr. Negative about 20 minutes ago.
A perspective on where we are with these guys that will have to come through the field. And pit road is open here, and I mean, I said it, they got a set of tires, but they just were on pit road. You're not going to come back here. You're going to save them if we were to get a caution, maybe the last 10, 15 laps, something like that, I would guess. And as expected, everyone bypasses the pit lane. 45 remaining in Atlanta. Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Riley Herbst.
Go Allgaier. I'm obviously not winning any money today. I'm so happy Truex sped on pit road. So fucking happy. It's not over till it's over, but at least for now, you're going to get a compelling race at the front. And I'm hoping Allgaier can take advantage instead of busting his ass like he did last week at Phoenix. Phoenix was crazy last week in Xfinity. By the way, I think the traction compound sucks at Phoenix. It's so fucking stupid. I don't think that track needs traction compound. And it just makes the high side way more OP than the bottom. Like, it's supposed to balance them out and make them both competitive. The inside line was not competitive. It was all outside line. So I think that needs to go away at Phoenix. And nobody likes it. There was multiple drivers on their radios in the Xfinity race and the Cup race bitching about how stupid it is. Allmendinger said, wow, they killed Phoenix. Allmendinger was the first guy to say this. I think they've ruined this racetrack. So it needs to go. Phoenix does not need it. Riley's only running third because like 6 more competitive cars have damage, and the guy that was dominating the race just sped on pit road. He'd be about 10th place right now if it wasn't for that. He's just lucking into a decent run like he did last week. He was garbage, but got like a top 5 because of all the wrecks and shit happening on that green white checkered. Or that it wasn't really a green white checkered. It was just a restart with 2 to go, I think. So yeah, he's just riding around, fluking into good track position and stuff. He's not really doing anything notable. He's doing the Danica, basically. Position by attrition. We know that he's got a good car. That car won 9 races last year. It can carry him a lot.
And the green flag, and you can watch it also on the Fox Sports app. Front row, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. And I said it going to break. Running 5th right now in this Xfinity race,
Santino Ferrucci's more impressive than Riley Herbst this year.
He's got to be feeling good.
Yeah, I saw Smokes getting married. Good for him.
It's just amazing.
He's been engaged before.
It's almost like you feel like a veteran, right? The way you're talking about it. It's neat to hear the excitement and what you think about all of it.
The fact of how street-wide we are and how much racing there is mind-blowing to me. It is beyond so much fun. When you're on the restart and it's just chaos, to me, it's like, my gosh, this is like...
I like this dude's enthusiasm.
Bread for me. I mean, I haven't had this since go-karts.
You put $3 on Allgaier during the wreck. Nice, Michael. You're probably about to steal some money.
It was like, this is awesome.
Great work there, Regan, with Santino Ferrucci. And forever, Clint Boyer has loved Santino because it was...
Unfortunately, Truex is already back in the top 20.
It's because he's got the Patrick Mahomes haircut. I mean, he's a Chiefs guy.
But he's still got to pass a lot of cars. Hopefully, Allgaier can just get out, keep that good long run speed he's had, and have this race go green all the way to the end, and he'll be in good shape.
Absolutely chewed up and spit out here on the racetrack today. He's having fun in Atlanta, but man, it has been a challenge. I can tell you there's many drivers that come here to feel that same way. And Tommy Joe Martin running in 6th place. Let's give a quick shout out to these guys. Second crew chief for race for new crew chief Dan Stillman. They are having a fabulous run. That race car is just a little bit too loose for him right now, but hands down the best run we have seen him have in quite some time.
Yeah, we saw him top 15 a couple of weeks ago. If he can get a top 10 today, that is awesome. And as we look at our Xfinity fastest lap, no surprise, Truex is at the top. Cindric is there. Myatt Snyder popped up on the board. Allgaier, who leads this race, and Justin Haley. And let me say, Regan might be the hardest working man in television right now. I saw him doing a
Jeb Burton stopped on the front stretch as he just waiting to...
Had the Santino Ferrucci bid. He was
got to wave off the restart here. Jeb Burton stalled on the front stretch.
Xfinity late afternoon.
Good, less laps for Truex, even though he's already 20th again.
We'll find out exactly what's happening here with Jeb Burton in a second. And as we wait for that and anticipate the green flag, update on your charity and what's going on there, Tyler.
Yeah, you know, we do a lot with Alsco, and was really excited to take my donation and put it towards Keys to Success based out of Utah. You know, Alsco works with that foundation, and that foundation is, you know, through what they fundraise, have brought kids out to the racetrack and given them a really, really fun experience. But what it's all about is helping children out in Utah get the best opportunity to succeed and give them all the tools that they need to learn, and it's cool. So it's cool deal. Excited to be part of it. Excited, first time I've ever been able to take $5,000 and hand off and donate it a direction, so that's cool too.
It's great having
Haley's
you
having a
guys up here
good
today.
day. I considered picking Haley because I know he runs good here. The Collie cars are all strong at Atlanta. It's just unfortunate Allmendinger hit the wall, and now Jeb Burton's not moving. So it's all on Haley here. But
You saw him stopped out on the front straightaway, and we'll get the green flag here with 40 laps.
what the hell is that sticking out from under the 5 car back there?
And I mentioned
Coming to 40 to go.
this week. Let's get a step count update to see.
Yeah, PJ1 sucks everywhere except Bristol. You're absolutely right. I don't like it for Phoenix. That Cup race would have been a lot better. I thought the Cup race was really good, and I thought the Xfinity race was great, but it could have been better without that shit on the racetrack. And it's permanently ruined Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag. Terrible Herbst on the outside. Allgaier launches, and Herbst just completely kills the outside line. As Allgaier drives away with the lead with Harrison Burton and Justin Haley.
Well, that's just part of it. You know, I mean, it's so much about timing.
Let's see how fast Truex can come back into the picture here with 40 to go. Need a long green flag run here for this to favor Allgaier. Boy, Herbst is not giving Ferrucci any space. That was a wreck waiting to happen. Like I said, Ferrucci's more impressive than Herbst this year.
He's not making it easy on Santina right here. With his lack of experience,
Oh, I wish they were on the Herbst visor cam. If they spin out, that'd be so funny.
That was a bad box to be in. You have someone right in your door and right up your
Truex is flying, by the way. Look at Truex passing 3 cars down the backstretch and looking for more into 3.
Yeah, the rest is finally knocked off, I guess. That's what it looks like.
He's going to have to work hard here. He's back in the top 10, Truex is. He's probably still going to fucking win. I won't mind so much if he wins now that I'm going to be entertained with him trying to run him down.
stuff really hard. And Allgaier's car just gets better, right, as we keep running. He was talking about that earlier. So if Allgaier can save his stuff right here, being a little bit of a gap.
Chop him, Ferrucci. There you go.
See if Truex can run him down when he does.
That air really upset Truex's car in 3 when Ferrucci got down in front of him.
I could be wrong, but one thing when I see here, Martin has moved around, but every lap that he can run on the bottom, I feel like that is going to help his tires as the run progresses, especially if guys are leaving him half a car width. I say that, and he goes to the middle and gets some more clean air, but he's digging forward, that's for sure. And, we're going to see how much he's holding.
Truex back in the top 5. He finally got around Ferrucci.
Because right now, I got to believe the concentration level is so much on working traffic and getting back to the front. At what point can he gauge what wear he's put on the tires on this run coming to the back?
Martin's smart. Martin's a championship driver, and he knows not to go. Maybe not fully all out right now, but he's got to get back to the front. If it goes green, he's 4
Right now, Truex is 4 seconds behind Allgaier, but he's in 5th place. And Gregson's really fast all of a sudden. Gregson's about to pass Truex. Whoa, Gregson moves Truex off of 4, moved him. I told you, what did I say earlier in the race, that Gregson's going to piss off Truex today, and he just totally slammed him out of the way. Noah just drove up under Truex and shoved him out of the way. Truex is coming back on his outside at 2. This is going to kill Truex's chance to win the race if he gets stuck here racing with Noah. That cost him a second that lap. He went from 4 seconds back to over 5 back.
Why do you think it leveled out so
Damn, man.
I felt like it was just go, 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 and all of a sudden he's hit.
And Gregson's making another run at him off of 4.
Well, I think he's been able to get a gap. When you got someone up tight under your bumper.
Now, Gregson didn't, it looked like he just run him over. He didn't touch him. He got him loose, though.
Trying to get out and get away and manage his race, and now he's back here.
And now Gregson's in front of Truex. He cleared him.
And Noah has been able to get to his back.
That's great news for Allgaier.
Lift through your tires, if you will.
Go green, please. Stay green. I'm good with this.
Top 5 now, and this is one heck of a comeback, Jamie.
Those composite bodies are so forgiving. That hit that Gregson took earlier should have completely killed his race. But it was on the left side. We know the right side's much more important for aero.
And you mentioned Dave Ellens. Dave won here a handful of years
But
ago.
if it wasn't the composite body, his day would have been ruined. Because he got hit really hard in that wreck. Oh, Josh Berry just got spun out. Save it, save it, save. Don't throw a caution. Oh, no, he hit the grass. Tore the front end off that car. He saved it, and then he hit the grass, and it killed the car. Well, now fucking Truex is definitely going to win.
You know, I've been there.
God damn it. And Blaney's talking about at Daytona how dumb that was. He perfectly avoids a wreck and touches the grass, and it kills the car. Yep, that sucks. At first I said, why'd you throw a caution? And then he hit the grass. It's like, that's why. Preemptive caution. Well, Josh Berry cannot catch a break. Stupid fucking splitters.
He's faced multiple problems and found his way to the top 10. And
Ryan C got loose. Ah, it's just racing. Weren't giving each other any room. Why would you at this point? Look at Brandon Brown avoid that wreck. He should have just went down pit road. It was a split-second decision, but Barry should have just went down pit road.
You know, if you're not following Bob Pockrass on Twitter, you should.
That's rough. And that sucks. That's bullshit. He Duke boys that shit through the grass.
I know if I don't perform in this car, I'm probably never going to get another chance in the Xfinity Series. And I mean,
Auto Club is a good racetrack, but I'll give it up to get another short track. Like they're going to make it. I'll take a short track over Auto Club. But yeah, if they were going to make something into a short track, why not Texas? Everybody would be happier.
I am going to put it out there, and while I have the power, I am Team Turf.
I mean, look how high. I mean,
I'm team take the fucking splitter off the damn car, and you won't have to worry about putting turf in somewhere. Shout out to Charlotte Motor Speedway for doing it, though.
It's unbelievable. Look at the sod flying.
Look at the sod. He's the wizard of sod.
By our camera folks.
Pit. 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 Unfortunately, this means Truex is going to win now.
What do you think? They said the time is now, and they're heading toward
Pit, pit, pit. Everybody's pitting.
Your third place car, Justin Haley, you see him peel off to his pit stall right there. That race car is still too free on entry. He's really too free to drive it in as far as the 7 car, Justin Allgaier, so compared himself to the leader there. And the 20 of Harrison Burton, he is too free as well.
When's the Valence coming back? Never. Because NASCAR's stupid. Wait a minute. Cody Ware just took the lead, unless he missed his pit box or something. No tires on Cody Ware. Fuel only. So remember that shit Cody Ware talked about Anthony Alfredo last week? About getting in the way? Well, you might be about to see something really stupid. Now, if Cody Ware... Did some guy stay out? Did Colby Howard stay out? Or are they actually just going to stay out? Boy. This really puts Allgaier on a tough spot. Team Valence. So we don't need turf. We need Valence on the car. There they are, cleaning the sod off the front stretch. Homeboy's walking down the front stretch, picking up patches of grass and throwing them back into the infield. That is not anything that needs to happen to a damn race car. What just happened to Josh Berry? That does not need to happen to anyone. It's stupid. Tell you what, this next 25 laps or so needs to go by fast. I gotta go to the bathroom, y'all. I can hold it for 27 laps or whatever it's gonna be here. My lunch is fighting back on me. Although it was dinner. Yeah, technically that was dinner. My dinner's fighting back on me. I need to go to the fucking bathroom, yo. Kentucky needs to be anything other than what it is right now, Jeff. Anything. All right, is this going to be the one to go right here? No, not yet.
28 laps to go for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And you see the field to your left in the pylon. A couple of names up there playing strategy, and here's the reason. Precaution number 7. No truth to the rumor that after next weekend's race at Bristol, they're going to use the dirt to fill in that hole that Josh Berry created. I mean, that was incredible. A reminder when you're golfing, Blaney, repair.
Why is NASCAR so stubborn about the splitter? It's literally not a problem to change it. Be like, oh, okay, it's not working. People don't like it. Okay, next car won't have a splitter. Why do they want to have a splitter on a car so fucking bad? Why? I don't get it. They will not budge on it. They will literally change everything but that. They'll change ride height. They'll change spoilers. They'll put the air ducts on the front. But nope, splitter won't fucking come off the damn thing at all.
That whole 18 for sure in junior motorsports.
And this is from Bubba Wallace, I'd say, one of the last cars you want to see dig in the turf. And it's one of Dale Jr.'s cars, of course. And a tough break there. And there it is. I mean,
look at the fucking hole that 8-car left in that grass.
28 laps remaining, and Martin Truex Jr., the big headliner ride, he's led the most laps, won both stages, got the speeding penalty. He's been on the rally. You got Noah Gragson, who has come back from heavy damage, and Justin Allgaier looking for his first win.
I think the choose line here is a lot more interesting considering Colby Howard and Jesse Little are out front. If they pick the inside, you're very tempted to just go to the outside. You know they're going to be slow. They're not going to get great launches. You're pretty tempted to go to the outside of them. So on this one, I wouldn't be upset to see Allgaier take the outside if those two take the inside. A 1.5-mile dirt track, Jeff. That is outside the box thinking, but yeah, that would be interesting. Make Kentucky a dirt track. You nailed it, Jeff. 1.5-mile dirt track. Let's do it.
Justin looks good. I don't know where that's speaking from Noah's car, but he's got it digging around the bottom. He's like below the white line, and it's been impressive to watch. We'll see what he can do.
I'm noticing the sun is setting in turn 1.
So we got Colby Howard, Justin Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Martin Truex, Riley Herbst. Old terrible Herbst. Allmendinger and Hemrick back in the top 10 after the days they've had, especially Allmendinger. That's pretty major. Allgaier's got the inside line. That's good.
And today, that's definitely going to get into the
Let's go get one, Allgaier.
25 laps left, so that sun's just going to get lower and lower, and yeah, that's pretty difficult.
Colby Howard was out of tires, driving that 15 for JD Motorsports, so he stays out here.
They're out of tires, that's what I thought.
His tires are 19 laps older than the guys around him, so in a sense, even though he's the control car, Allgaier will be the guy in command.
How bad is that outside line going to be here? With Colby Howard and Riley Herbst at the front of it. Boy, he went way early, didn't he? Oh, no, he spun the tires now.
That's honestly the best thing you do.
Haley 3 wide, shoots to the outside. Allgaier's got the lead in 1. Comfortably got the lead here. That was a much cleaner restart than I anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, this is go time, all right? Like, if you're the 11, you're not going to get the 20.
Burton and Haley side by side in front of Truex. Herbst is all over Truex. Oh, Herbst almost spun out going into 3. He had to jump way out of the gas. Gregson to the outside of Truex again. Boy, he is such a headache for Truex. Gregson and Truex still. This is great for Allgaier. You got all 4 cars behind you are racing 2 and 3 wide.
And he's got clean air
racing each other hard. And you're just driving away.
the 11 here, but he was able to maintain pretty well there. Got some clean air.
Truex back to the inside of Gregson. That is a hard battle right now.
After hitting the wall, I would say today's comeback for the 9 would trump that if he can find his way to the front and win this thing. And, back behind him, Austin Cindric is trying to get back in the top 10. A.J. Allmendinger is there. All these drivers that were involved in that crash that we thought would
3 wide for 4th.
find themselves either in or near the top 10. Great effort by all these race teams.
That was what no one needed right there. He had to get clear of the 54 so he get the bottom down here. Now,
Please stay green now. I'd be okay with this. Although Gregson looks really fast.
The 54's car doesn't handle as well in traffic, especially later in this race. I'm sure the track's cooled off a little bit. We saw at the beginning of the race, he was motoring to the feeder like it was nothing. And he did it with ease, through traffic or whatever.
Feel bad for Colby Howard. Had to stay out of tires, knowing you're just going to be in the way. He did a good job of getting out of the way. He spun the tires and went way wide to let the guys get under him.
Passing him, so I'll be interested to see.
Cody Ware had the decency to just go to the back. He was out of tires as well. He stopped for gas only.
I really felt like he was very fast in 1 and 2 and able to move around a lot. We've seen the sun completely set on
22 laps to go.
This is what the drivers are seeing into turn 1. I would say the track is starting to change, Regan.
Truex's car is starting to come to him now that he's had a little bit of clean air. He's back to Gregson for 3rd. Truex clears him into 3.
We see a pass right there for 3rd place.
I think Martin's ears were burning. He heard us talking about him not being good, or me talking about him not being good at 1 and 2.
He's a second and a half behind Allgaier with 21 laps to go. He's got to go get Burton and then get to Allgaier. 3 wide down the front. Herbst, Allmendinger, and Haley. Hemrick's in that group as well. 3 wide, Annette, Allmendinger, and Herbst. Be careful.
Well, you heard him say on the radio that he gets angry, and evidently he's driving mad right now because A.J. Allmendinger has put himself back in the top 5.
Allmendinger's busting ass. Allmendinger's in 5th now.
Yeah, he's on the wheel. That's for sure. You can see the car wiggling around there. It's
20 to go.
For that team, but I mean, to come back to 5th and have 20 to go, and
Herbst's car's bottoming out worse than anybody. He's the most unstable over the bumps. Well, that time Hemrick had a big moment, had to jump out of the gas.
The track is changing. The sun is setting. There are portions of the track that were in the sunshine that are now in the shade. What does that do to dictate your line and the handling of your race car as you manage things late? And Riley Herbst.
About a lap ago, Herbst doored the shit out of Haley.
And that's when it opened the door for Annette to come right up the middle, and Allmendinger as well.
Wow, that was crazy. I wonder what led up to that wide exit of the 98, but the ones that will take advantage there. But yeah, I mean, just the shade in 1 and 2 is just the cooler temperatures over there really going to change how it drives there compared to 3 and 4 with all the sun still laying on it. It's a dogfight down here for this line. It is not easy to get to this line, Ryan, when you got a line of cars in front of you trying to do the same thing.
Truex is still just over a second and a half behind Allgaier. Burton's in 2nd, within a half a second of Allgaier. If they get to racing hard, look out.
The paint is probably only, 7 inches long, 8 inches wide. So, and you can't see if that car in front of you has his left front and left rear all over the paint.
Allgaier's going to have to hold off 2 Gibbs cars. Then he's about to have to lap 1. Harrison Burton has gained on him in this last lap. He's closed in by 2/10 at least.
He's not as fast as I thought he would be.
He's still running pretty good on the bottom. He is a little unstable. Burton had a big moment there. That might help Allgaier here off of 2. It did. He was loose, but Harrison Burton was looser behind him. Truex has gained on him about 3/10 in the last lap and a half.
3/10 of a second for Allgaier. Another 1.2 back to Truex, and when Truex got up to 3rd, he was like 1.7 back, so he's starting to slice some time off of that advantage.
Yeah, Harrison definitely at the beginning of this race, was right behind Truex for a lot of...
Truex moving up and trying a new line. He's running the high side.
Seems like, he's got that rabbit out there in front of him to chase yet again. But, you know, if I'm the spotter on the roof for him, I'm telling him, hey, we got to get by the 7 quick because the 54 is starting to come. He's running fast.
Allgaier is starting to pull away from Harrison again, but Truex is gaining on both of them. 15 laps to go.
But the 7 and 20 are running the bottom 1 and 2. So as he gets closer, the air gets worse. So he's like, all right, I'm going to go where they're not. And he starts moving up the track, and it's really doing well. And I think we got some radio on the Haley car.
I can't understand what Haley's saying because every other word out of his mouth is beep, 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 beep. So I literally couldn't tell what he was saying on the radio.
You know, as it cools off, his car swung tight. You know,
Truex is on the bumper of Harrison Burton. How hard's Harrison going to fight him here as Allgaier's lead gets a little bigger now? About 0.8 of a second. Burton's moved up to take Truex's line away, but I feel like Truex can really run anywhere he wants. He just wants to run the outside to get those big runs off the corner. He can pass Harrison pretty much any way he wants, though.
It just gets frustrating.
Ooh, a lap car.
It's really hard.
Let's see what kind of run Truex gets here. Burton took the inside in 3. Truex gets a nice run off of 4. Not enough to get there just yet, but he closed in pretty good. Now he's going to go to the inside. Allgaier's about a second ahead, and Truex just cleared Harrison Burton. Truex is really loose, though. He was barely able to clear him. Now Burton's going to cross him over. They're still side by side. Yeah, Truex got really loose. That might be enough to help Allgaier hang on and win this race as loose as Truex got there, as these guys race harder and harder.
Couldn't hang on to it. We'll see if he can get him again. Using a high lane off of turn 4. Man, a big wiggle.
12 to go.
Turn 3 and 4 makes you work for it here.
Now Truex can get it done. He wanted to do it on the outside anyway. He took the inside and 1 and 2 on the last lap. So that time he made it a lot easier. He took the outside and got it done. All right, he's got 11 laps this time to catch Allgaier, and I think he's going to do it. This is going to be a dogfight here. Hopefully Allgaier can make a show out of it, if not just get his doors blown off like Burton just did. Yeah, this is bad. Truex, the moment he got around Burton, he cut Allgaier's lead in half. 0.4 of a second now.
If I'm at 7 spotter, I'm telling him where Truex is running and trying to take as much.
You have to move up and take his line away. I don't know if Allgaier's comfortable running up there or not. He seems like he really wants to run the bottom. He's very committed to the bottom. Now they're both on the bottom. Coming to 10 to go. That time, Allgaier was a little faster than Truex that lap. Truex goes back to the outside in 1 and 2 again. Allgaier stays on the bottom. He gets a little loose there. He slid up off that corner, and yeah, Truex cut into that lead again. 0.2 he cut into it. It's down to 4. Allgaier running the bottom. Can't tell where Truex is running because they're not fucking showing it. How about you move that fucking camera back so I can see what's going on? 9 laps to go.
As they try to get back to the championship 4. There you see the numbers. 26.5 was the average through 4 races. And he finally got a top 10, and here he is, less than 9 laps away from victory.
And Justin's calmed down a little bit. He was calmed down. He's made sure.
Now Truex is running the high side at both ends of the racetrack. Allgaier's running the bottom all the way around.
And he reset, and he's like, okay, I just got to hook this line. He's been able to stabilize.
Coming up on a lap car. Cody Ware's giving him the bottom. I saw him wave out the window to tell Allgaier to go to the bottom. Good man, Cody Ware. He actually got out of the way for once.
Going to get out of the way and let him keep that bottom of 1 and 2, which was going to be really important.
And Truex really close to the wall there. Good God. I thought he was going to lose it and hit it. Thank you, Cody Ware, for the assist. Now Truex is on the bottom in 3 and 4. He's searching all around. Every other lap he's running a different line in 3 and 4. He's pretty consistently running high side in 1 and 2 though. That was a nice lap for Truex there. And now Allgaier moves up to take his line away. I don't know if that was a good idea. Well, I felt like Allgaier was doing pretty good on the bottom, but he moved up there. And he caught a lap car. Oh boy, this is bad. Yep, that lap car is what killed Allgaier right here. Go to the bottom, go to the bottom. He's going to the bottom with you. I don't like Allgaier that he changed his line that time. It didn't help him. He's much better on the bottom than Truex is. You can see it when they both run the bottom and come off a 4. 6 to go. Run the bottom. Give him the top if he wants it. I think you can hold it.
He ran up, and it looked like to get really free, and he went right back down to the bottom. Missed the line a little bit, but he's still hanging pretty good. As Gregson's battling with Harrison Burton for third.
We're watching the battle for third for some reason. Don't know why. Gregson just had to pass David Starr.
I don't know, with the luck that Gregson's had, I might say, just back off and bring it
5 laps to go. Still half a second. Allgaier over Truex. That was a really good lap for Allgaier.
And the other thing to keep in mind, this is a dash for cash qualifier. And right now, the guy's eligible.
Brandon Jones takes Allgaier's line away in the middle of 2. That's going to kill him here. That's really going to hurt this lap. He took his line away. Go to the bottom. Didn't hurt him that bad, but it hurt. This lap traffic's making me fucking anxious, dude. That was still a good lap for Allgaier. Truex, I don't think Truex has anything left. Now the 78's taking Allgaier's line away. No, he moves up. He looked like he was going to take his line away, but he moved up in the middle of the corner. Heard his corner exit there, but not much. I just don't think Truex has anything left. Truex had to run way too hard to get by Gregson and Harrison Burton. So I just don't think he has anything. 3 to go this time.
Was that a good corner or not? But your spotter's also telling you how far back he is. Like if you pulled him or if he gained a little bit there. So all I'm doing, if I'm Justin Allgaier, is looking at every single lap car in front of me, seeing where they're running, and just planning my move, a corner ahead. That's the best he can do in his situation.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. He's catching these lap cars really quick, and it's really hard to adjust and make moves as far to a tire run. You really got to plan ahead, like Ryan said.
Jim Burton's out against the wall. I don't know what the hell that's going on.
The corner and cut back across the racetrack. You lose all your momentum. And
2 to go.
It's tough when you get this far in. It's very hard for.
Hopefully Jim Burton's car stays on track long enough for us to get to the white flag.
2 laps to go, and he just wants now to get back to that white flag so he doesn't have to endure another restart.
That penalty killed Truex. He had to work way too hard. Way harder than Allgaier did with having clean air the whole run. The last 2 runs. White flag, credit one bank, yippee, Justin Allgaier. I like Justin Allgaier a lot. I'll be very happy to see him win this. Especially because fuck Cup drivers in trucks and Xfinity.
Excitement in his life personally, but professionally things have not gotten off to a good start in 2021. A victory would erase all.
Justin Allgaier's going to win on a 1.5 miles. Yay! Usually he's more of a 1 mile or a short track kind of guy, but Allgaier wins. Truex second. Harrison Burton third. Gregson fourth. Allmendinger gets a top 5. After being a lap down most of the race. Go Allgaier. My pick comes home a disappointing 9th place. Clements finished 12th. Could have had a top 5 or 6 today, though. But good for Allgaier. Silly Truex gave the race away. Yeah, Michael, you did it. Good call. Still, and that was way back in stage 1 you made that call when that wreck happened.
A dirt guy with the background that he does, when you look at tracks like Atlanta, Homestead.
Justin Allgaier's really good.
Work this car hard to get around. It means a lot to guys like Justin Allgaier to finally get that win.
$45. God almighty. Truex made mistakes. Allgaier didn't. Survived the big wreck. And Junior Motorsports wins with their only good driver.
nice day for Michael and Ned in 7th.
How about Allmendinger coming home 5th?
Unbelievable.
Dan Gregson with the beat-up race cars, getting it fixed up, and doing a good job getting a couple top 5s.
I can't think of a good reason to hate Allgaier. I've always liked him. And he's the only junior motorsports driver I really like.
But I'd say based on how slick it is out there, it's probably one of the easiest places to get the tires to spin.
Career win number 15 for Justin Allgaier.
Okay, this race took a turn and ended up fun, so I'm glad I watched this one now. This actually turned out to be really good.
That team's had a rough start to the year. You know, they've been in a little bit of trouble. Hasn't gotten the best of finishes, and it is great, you know, to have a decent run last
That race was a fucking journey, I tell you what.
today and put on a great show. So you hope that team gets turned in the right direction.
And these are the moments in life and in your career that can be really tough. You can come out and have a moment like this. It's worth every hardship.
Let's celebrate with us, Jamie Little.
Justin Allgaier got the helmet off. Justin, we talked before this race. It's been a long time coming. It's been a difficult season. You finally got your first top 10 last week. What does this moment mean to you, finally getting one race put together start to finish?
First of all, God is good, man, and this one's for Rowdy. The pit crew, emotional because of Rowdy this year, but you fans are awesome. I told you before the race is a beautiful car. To have Exalted Echo
It's a
Park
badass
car,
paint scheme.
and such a good-looking car. William took it to victory.
Thank you, Lori.
And we didn't start off the day like we wanted to. These guys persevered behind it. They pushed and made great adjustments on pit road. Jason Reddick and all the guys on the team did a great job. My wife and daughter are here, so they may not be able to come out here, but I get to go celebrate with them. Just proud of the effort that we put in today. I can't thank all of our partners enough. Chevrolet, obviously these Camaros are bad fast. And the Hendrick in the shop. Brett, Fresh Agriculture, GB, Glenn Brandt's birthday was yesterday, so unfortunately he's no longer with us, but we're celebrating with a checker flag for him. And just helmets.
Best series of NASCAR every week.
Martin had a great race car, and you know, they definitely had the car to beat at the beginning, and we made good adjustments, and that's what it came down to at the end.
Justin Allgaier gets it done and wins in Atlanta.
Damn, son.
Martin Truex Jr. Second place car, Martin Truex Jr. Very strong day.
Hey, look, he does have his Cup fire suit on.
Near the end of this thing, was that the difference?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. We got back up there, but obviously was kind of out of tires at that point, so got close.
Hey, we got a fight. We got a fight. What the fuck is this?
Last one right here is completely smoked off, so just had to use
Did Noah Gragson just get punched?
They fighting. But thanks to Stanley and everybody at JGR for letting me do this.
Did Gragson just get punched?
Yeah, it was fun.
By Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick took a swing at Noah Gragson.
Just come up a little short at the end there.
And Harrison Burton came over and high-fived him.
Good job keeping your focus during that interview.
The headlines out of this race, they are plentiful. And I won't say that Justin Allgaier goes to second on the list, but Daniel Hemrick and Noah Gragson had a disagreement. And if you remember, there was that moment on pit road when they backed into one another. And watch, coming from the left, Hemrick comes over during an interview to let Noah understand he's not happy, and Noah's swinging. Wow. The one thing that we have learned in the NASCAR Xfinity Series is that these
Noah Gregson's such a douchebag. That little motherfucker needs his ass whooped. Stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, we saw that happen, and apparently it...
I'd stomp that motherfucker's ass if I was ever right in front of him, dude. He's such a piece of shit.
So that go on pit road. What about it, Jim?
Well, Noah Gragson is scrappy in the race car. He's scrappy out of the race car. No, this isn't the first time I've had to talk to you after a fight. What exactly happened with
You're a douchebag. That's what happened.
Mad, I mean, we were behind him coming.
You ran into him on pit road, you stupid cunt.
He was in our pit box, and I had to come around him, and not really sure why he was there, but had to back up and get there. But a lot of fun. Thank you to Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops.
Gregson's such an asswap, dude.
Congratulations to my teammate Justin Allgaier
And Johnny Morris versus Sellers, everybody at Bass Pro Shop, True Timber, Black Rifle Coffee. It's a privilege. This thing's torn up, and we were able to come back and salvage a top 5 finish. So thanks to my guys for working so hard, and yeah, I'd be bad if I was in his shoes too. Just based off what he's done in his career, but it is what it is, and we'll move on and keep on fighting. Man, what a day. Top 5, we'll go celebrate that.
Thanks, Noah.
Just a quick plug. Our next race in a couple of weeks on a short track at Martinsville. I mean, this could get really good between Hemrick and Gregson. You guys were outstanding today. Your final thoughts on this race?
Well, definitely an exciting finish. You know, congrats to Justin Allgaier.
I would stomp that little motherfucker's ass.
Definitely something to watch.
Gregson, if you ever hear this, you're a fucking cunt, dude.
Trying really hard to win. Thank you guys for having me.
And I hope I get to tell you to your face one day because you're such a stupid little asshole.
And I'm gonna go sit down.
And one of these days, somebody is going to stomp his fucking brains in on pit road. Because he's such a stupid fucking idiot. He's going to pick a fight with the wrong person one day and get his ass beat right out there.
And, you know, it's really fun to come up here and do the Xfinity race. But, man, Noah, you know, he was 1 for 1. He, you know, swung and was able to get Harrison, but swung and a miss with Daniel. So,
swung and a miss. Reddick, did you say that on purpose?
Used to, if someone's coming up on him, he's ready for a fight, and he was, you know, ready to go. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting used to that, isn't he?
We're already mad at each other on pit road, and it's Atlanta, so
Hey
maybe
guys,
that's the next race.
Good luck tomorrow, okay? Have lots of fun. As you said, 500 miles, and here's the fight we're talking about. And more
oh, he was ready to throw punches when them crew guys had Hemrick in a bear hug and he couldn't move, huh? Yeah, big tough guy, ain't he? All right, I'm going to get off here. God, I'm so happy that race turned out to be worth watching. That was pretty shit in the first half, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Michael, send me the odds, and I'll get back to you. See y'all tomorrow.